Peace to the gods, peace to the earth. Y'all climb on in, family. How you feeling? How you doing? Y'all climb on in the deal. Blessings, blessings. Shalom, shalom. Shalom lacha. Y'all climb on in, climb on in. I see what we got on the board today. We talking about basically how the government is controlling our food, and by them controlling our food, they control our mind, and how to basically come from up under their oppression, their psychological warfare, come from up under their chemical warfare, come from up under their color warfare, all these warfares that's being waged against us as a people, how to come out from up under them, or how to separate ourselves and come from amongst them. Because, man, this stuff is truly, truly killing our minds and trapping our bodies and entrapping our spirits and our souls, y'all. We are dying. We are dying, man. So, hopefully this information, you can take this information, you can apply the knowledge, which means you have wisdom, and then we are able to, increase longevity here in the earth, man, because what's happening right now, the way the earth is, the atmosphere, the water, the trees are dying. Earth is literally being murdered. And we got to stand up and do something about it, because right now in this third dimensional plane of density, this is our home. So, you wouldn't let nobody run up in your crib and kidnap you and break it especially while you there. If somebody in your house and somebody trying to break in, you going to defend your house, ain't you? You going to get your gun. You going to tell your family, hey, go to the back room, hide up under the covers, hide up under the beds, or you going to be smart man like me, and you going to teach your children and your women how to protect themselves. And when somebody come up in your crib, y'all all gonna defend y'all house, y'all possessions, y'all gonna defend everything y'all worked hard for, and you're gonna defend your own life. And that's the same thing with Earth. Earth is our home, and we're not defending it. We're letting the people come in and hijack Earth, use her for all of her minerals, strip all of her minerals from out of the soil, break down her atmosphere, put pollution and poison all in her air, put pollution and poison all in her water. We literally are letting the people rob us in our own house while we're in our house. We are literally occupying our house. We're in our house, and we letting people come in and rob us like we not there. And when we gonna stand up and do something about it? Because if we don't stand up now, and if we don't change and have a shift in consciousness now, then it's gonna be too late. So y'all climb on in. Peace, peace, shalom, shalom, hotep, hotep, assalamu alaikum, namaste. Peace, God. How my guys and earths doing? Y'all come on in, come on in. Well, look, if you're ready to get this started, y'all type in some nines. Make sure you got your pens and your pads. We do got some good questions too today. You know what I'm saying? But I really want to talk about this article that I read. I read an article. I wrote it down. I read an article from New Science. It's called New Scientist. The article was named The Science of Health and Wellness. We are dying. It said that billions of people are going to die within the next 200 years if we do not fix the air pollution problem. And I'm just thinking man, this is easily fixable, but we don't really, understand what air is, what breath is. And we just walk around all day because we have these amazing pyramid shaped, size of walnut structures inside of our bodies called adrenal glands that sit on top of our kidneys, and they do all the work for us. Literally they do all the work for us because our autonomic nervous system is basically what breathes for us. So we don't have to, consciously breathe. I suggest you consciously breathe, because conscious breathing and mindful breathing is how you draw more oxygen into the body to use that oxygen molecule as ATP, for you can have more power and more vitality and longevity of life. But, essentially, if you don't know how to breathe consciously, your adrenal glands will basically send the melanin neurotransmitters to breathe for you. So since, we're on this automated or autonomic nervous system where it does it on autopilot for you, again, which you should be consciously breathing yourself without the autopilot, we tend to take breath for granted. We tend to take air for granted, and if you look at Earth and how Earth is going, and if you look at technology and you look at all of these Oldsmobiles, you look at all of the cars, you look at what they're doing and all the pollution in the air, the factory, especially big food industry and all of their food factories, the burning of earth blood, or what you would call oil, these fossil fuels and all of this carbon dioxide and dioxide is being burnt, and it is literally polluting the air. Arsenic acid is at an all-time high. In certain countries, when you breathe in air, you literally burn your esophagus. That's how contaminated the air is. And they said that if we keep this up within 200 years, they said it's going to be the start of billions of people dying from suffocation because the air is so acidic. And, a lot of people don't understand what permaculture and what agriculture or agreeing with your culture is, and just basic formings. And I've been doing a lot of study on this for the past years. We're working on a TV network called From Soil to Table, showing you how to grow your own fruits and grow your own vegetables literally in your backyard and show all the benefits that happen from it. Did you know that, if we don't stop what we're doing, the whole world would die, because we would literally die of starvation from all the food being depleted or all the minerals being stripped from the food, or we would die from the lack of oxygen, which means we will suffocate to death. I can't imagine, 100 years from now, my grandchildren going through that when I had the power to do something about it and I didn't, or I knew that I had the knowledge to change or to speak this truth and I didn't. You see what I'm saying? Did you know that if everybody in America right now, just a single family household, whether you live in an apartment, whether you live in a house, whether you live in a condominium, all you need is 75 square feet, y'all. 75 square feet of growing your own plants, growing your own tomatoes, growing your own cucumbers, growing your own small plants. If every household used 75 square feet of their household or their yard or their front yard or their backyard or their patio to grow their own food, do y'all know that this will stop the air from being polluted? It will literally pull all the carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide out of the air, convert it. It'll get stored up into the plants. It'll get stored up into the trees. And then these things will be actually used as a form of respiration for your food to even grow. And I'm talking about literally curing the world and healing our problem all by growing your own food. And it's just like, we won't grow our own food. I don't know why we push it so much, and I just don't see why the aboriginal melanated being of Americas think it is so hard to grow a tomato, think it is so hard to grow a cucumber, think it's so hard to grow an apple or to plant walnut seeds. All you literally doing is putting the seeds in the earth, watering it, making sure that the earth got good nitrogen in it. You can put your own minerals back in it. And it'll grow good for you, and it'll be nutrient dense for you to survive off of. And while you're eating from what you're growing, not only is you eating from what you're growing, so you taking back control. Because remember, people that control your food control your mind. And I'm going to show you a scientific breakdown of that. But not only that, you taking back control, you are literally healing the earth and healing its atmosphere. You are healing the water and the oceans. Like, we need to start doing stuff like that. We need to get together and have a big old event where thousands of people get together and we just go in the oceans, get on boats, and we clean. We just clean. We start getting plastic up out of the oceans. We are suffocating the fish. We suffocating the good fish. So the good fish can't even clean the ocean up, and we eating all of the unclean fish, or what you would call the bottom feeders, because you think lobsters and crabs and shellfish and shrimps, you think this is a delicacy, but literally you're eating the trash cans of the ocean. So now the oceans are polluted, full of algae, and the oceans are dirty, and literally the oceans provide more oxygen to the entire earth than the trees do to the entire earth. Everybody think that the trees and the plants is what gives the earth and its atmosphere most of its oxygen, and it's not. It is actually the seaweed and the crispy crumbers and the fucus and all the different types of sea plants that's at the bottom of the sea floor that's going through these conversions, that's going through these mineral conversions and enzymic reactions that's giving a lot of oxygen to the earth as well. So we don't take earth in, we don't take the oceans into consideration. We don't take earth into consideration. We don't take air into consideration. We just walking around breathing, acting like we have no responsibility to our environment, and we're letting the people come in and jack up our environment and jack up our home and rob us of all of our hard-working goodies from our homes while we're inside the house. If that's not being what you would call bitch made, I don't know what is. Like, that's actually being bish made. You know what I'm saying? If somebody want to call somebody a punk, somebody want to call somebody scary, if you want to call somebody, willfully defenseless, That's us. That's how we acting right now, because we won't stand up and fight for our health. We won't stand up and fight for our freedom. We won't stand up and fight for nothing. We just roll over and die. We are literally paying a people to kill us. It is mind-blowing, y'all. It is mind-blowing. And we have to understand that if we let a people keep controlling our food, it's going to control our mind. Like when you look at food and you break down the actual composition of food, food comes with melanin transmitters. These are your thinking faculties. Yes, it comes with its own neurosynapses. These are your thinking faculties. It comes with dopamine. It comes with adrenaline. It comes with epinephrine, norepinephrine. It comes with all of these things that make you happy, that make you sad, that make you angry. See that? That make you scared. Why y'all think stress meat actually causes anxiety? There's a lot of different scholarly articles now been coming forth for the last 10 years that say if you choose to eat meat, which I will never tell you to eat meat in your life, because the protein consumption and how it breaks down into uric acid and literally eats you, because you eat the animal break down into acid-based chemistry and then eats you alive. So I will never, ever, ever promote eating any type of animal flesh, period, in life. But if you do choose to eat it and you're eating it the wrong way because you don't know what these farmers are doing. Have y'all ever looked at the slaughterhouses? These are gruesome acts that is going on here. I mean, hatred going on in these manufacturing companies that's chopping the heads off of these animals, hitting them and blowing their brains out. These animals are crying on their way to the slaughterhouse, and all this adrenochrome and all these different types of endorphins is being released from the actual adrenal glands of these animals, cooking all of the melanin neural stress transmitters into the meat. You then take this meat and then you cook it more, thinking that all of the stuff will die, but it don't die, because you have to remember that energy doesn't die. It is only transferred. It is only transmuted. That's what energy does. Our bodies play alchemy. Everything inside of society play alchemy with energy. We're doing nothing but changing the form of energy. Energy don't dissipate or die. So you cooking all of this stress hormone and these stress electrical magnetic frequencies into the blood and into the food, and then you eat the food and you wonder why you having, severe heart palpitations. You wonder why you have depressing thoughts. You wonder why you're angry all the time, because you're eating angry birds, or what they call angry chickens. Like, we have to realize all the sex hormones and chemistries that they putting inside the meats, that they putting inside of the chicken in the chemistry. And you wonder why little girls at 13 years old have breasts like they're 21, or have hips like they ready to give birth, because all the sex hormones that they putting inside of the meats, all the estrogen and these cellular proliferators that they putting inside the breads, that they putting inside the wheat, that they putting inside of our foods. Like, if you mess with the food and if you can change the biology of the food and the way the food interacts, then it will change the food interaction with us. And I'm going to show y'all some articles to prove this. So, yes, you can control the minds of a people if you can control their food. So I don't want nobody controlling my food. I'd rather grow my own. I'd rather know where all of my phytonutrients is coming from. I'd rather know what the amino acids is coming from. I'd rather know the source of my nitrogen. I want to know the source of my nitrogen, because you can get nitrogen from certain poops. You can get nitrogen from chickens. You can get I want to know the source of these things. I want to know what I'm putting into my vehicle that I'm going to be in for the rest of my life. Ain't nobody else finna be in this vehicle. So damn sure I want to know the gas that I put up in it. I better not get my brother or my sister or my mama or somebody my truck, one of my Cadillac trucks, and then they go and put some unleaded gas in my truck. No, I need this type. I need premium. This is a luxury vehicle. It should be the same thing when it comes to our body, but we have been subliminally taught to not love ourselves and to not love our bodies enough. So what we do is we don't give a damn about it. We care more about outward appearance and outward influences and outward things and outward materials than we do about the body that we live in. We couldn't even experience outward things. We couldn't even experience outward materials. We couldn't even experience the 3D or this third dimensional world if it wasn't for this body. So we have been completely mindfucked. We think completely backwards. We rather take care of everything outside of us than what's inside of us, when what's inside of us, what's inside of us actually have us experiencing with the outside world. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what's important. It's not none of this. This is what's important, because I can't experience this if it wasn't for this. So my body need to be at tip-top shape for I can continue to experience reality as long as possible. Now back to what I was saying. They said that in the next 100 to 200 years, and scientists have literally been getting locked up for telling you this. Scientists have been chaining themselves to the doors of banks screaming this. All types of environmental scientists are coming up dead and missing, or they're being locked up because they're literally going out the way and doing extreme things to get the message to the masses that something is happening, something big is happening. Bill Gates is now building billions of dollars worth of bunkers underground with his own, look, guess what? With his own air supply. You know what I'm saying? All these billionaires. They were just talking about a place that was in Missouri, Kansas, Missouri, deep within Kansas, Missouri, in a place called Nowhere, where you can spend $2.5 million to get you an underground apartment or get you, and they are selling like hotcakes, y'all. Some shit is coming. I mean, something is coming. And we are not preparing, and we're not doing nothing. We too busy worried about football games. We worried about basketball games. We worried about showing penis and vagina and having sex on our Facebook stories, turning Facebook into a porn hub. We worried about everything else, how we look. We worried about everything else but our survival as a species. We worried about everything else. Everybody else coming together, putting their money together, buying land. They're buying all types of stuff. They creating their own doomsday bunkers. They creating their own food supply chains. Everybody's doing this but us. Do you realize that it's another place in Missouri? And I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I didn't know this much crazy stuff was going on out here. There's an underground tunnel that goes for miles, and not only that, there's even a train track that goes through this underground tunnels, and a lot of the food truck workers have been coming forth speaking about this thing, because for one, they didn't even know it exists, right? Hundreds and hundreds of feet underground. They've been dropping off hundreds of metric tons of food down there. So I don't know if they dropping it off to cause this food scarcity that's coming up, or they're saving up because something big is finna happen, and you know they want to feed the elites and they want to feed the 1%ers when this stuff do kick off. And it could be a mixture of both. But guess who not saving food? Yo, black ass. Guess who's not preparing? You. Like, when are we going to realize that if you control the food, you control the people? Food is essential. And guess what your first food is? The air. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. You think food is just stuff that you just stick in your mouth and you chew with your molars and your lateral incisors. No, food is the air you breathe as well. And guess what's being attacked? Our air, our food, our water, our clothing, our minds. We're being hijacked, family. Who gonna stand up and do something about it? Check this out, family. Check this out. I just want to show y'all this. Look, this says understanding nutrition. Matter of fact, let me get rid of this real quick. Look, check this out. It says understanding nutrition, depression, and mental what? Illness. Look, few people are aware of the connection between nutrition and depression, while they easily understand the connection between nutritional deficiency and physical illness. Y'all hear that? Depression is more typically thought to be a strictly biochemical base or emotional rooted. See that? On the contrary, nutrition can play a major role in the onset as well as severity and duration of depression. Your food can literally make you depressed because the certain minerals and amino acids that they lack. You can eat, and that's why certain depressions, you crave certain types of different foods. That's where you get the word emotional energy and motion eater from. You can literally get depressed by certain foods that you're eating because you lack certain transmitters, you lack certain phytocode nutrients, you lack certain phytochemicals in it, or you can be eating anti-nutrients foods and plants and meats and stuff like that, and you can actually bring on an onset of depression. This is a neurological, emotional function that can be caused by things that you are putting in your mouth. Same thing with food that make people happy. What you think the potato chip? The potato chip is the greatest deceiver ever created. I call the potato chip the devil because they literally went inside of the potato. They dried it out. They extracted all of the phytochemicals and phytonutrients from it. Scientists tinkered with the water, salt, potassium, and fat ratio of it, and they made a crunch to it to actually set off certain types of dopamine receptors in the brain to make you thinking that you are actually being, it's called the reward pathway. A potato chip will actually have you thinking that you are rewarding yourself and that you are happy and stimulated when you ain't eating a damn thing in it. There's no phytonutrients in it. There's no bioflavonoids in it. There's no biophotons in it. All you getting is a crunch, and this crunch actually settles your nerves. I mean, if you look at the creation of a potato chip, it was a satanic genius. It was a satanic genius idea to actually have a people thinking he eating something and he can eat 40 bags of them and he won't even be fulfilled. He will still want more because the dopamine receptors on your brain are being tricked. They are messing with our food in ways like that. So if you can trick me with a potato chip, why you can't trick me with nothing else when it comes to our food? That's why we need to start growing our own stuff, y'all. Straight up. And it keeps going. Check this out. It says, according to Dr. Richard Wortman, it says in numerous studies on nutrition and the brain, it says the nutrients in foods are precursors to neurotransmitters, and depending on the amount of precursors present in the food you eat, the more or less of a certain neurotransmitter is produced. So we know neurotransmitters are these neurochemicals that make you happy, that makes you sad, that makes you want to kill, that makes you want to steal, that makes you horny, that makes you want to have sex, that make you want to procreate. We understand that these are what you would call neurotransmitters, or for my melanated indigenous people of Americas, or indigenous people of any type of place here on planet Earth, we know that these are melanin neurotransmitters, neuromelanin. So if we know that certain foods have the precursors for these things, that means that it onsets your emotions. So yes, you are what you eat. If you eat chicken all day, you act like a chicken. You eat pigs all. Notice people that eat pork all day, they act like a pork. They act sloppy. They will eat anything. They live like pigs. Like, we have to understand that certain things that we call, or like you call somebody a snake because he's a backstabber. Y'all call men dogs because he want to procreate and hump everything he see. Y'all call a vagina a pussycat. You see what I'm saying? You call a police a pig. Like, notice the association with our lower animalistic nature, and we always attach it to certain type of emotional states inside of our brains or inside of our minds. What up, my dog? Or you would call your homegirl a bitch, a female dog. Y'all don't think that this is having a connection here? How we associate our animal lower nature to each other and to our personalities? Same thing with your food. We do the same thing with food. These foods are literally changing the way that we look at our environment. So if you don't control the food, then you don't control your own mind. I know you think you control your own mind. I know you think you free. I know you think that your favorite color red. No, it's not. You've been influenced to think that was your favorite color. You have been influenced to think that that's your favorite food, because if the food was never created and existed in the first place, how would it be your favorite? These things are being suggested to us through subliminal programming. The television is the reason why you like the things you like. The television is the reason why you think sex is supposed to be the way it is. The television is the reason why you like these big ass ugly shoes that all the rappers are wearing now. The television is the reason why you wear the certain name brand you wear. All of this is programming. It's programming. They not only doing it through the food, they doing it through everything, changing your psychological preference and your freedom of choice. So at least we can take it back by getting our food. Let's start defending our house. Let's start defending Earth. We see that these people are coming in trying to rob us while we in our crib. Let's defend it, because I'll be damned anybody run up in my shit while I'm in my house. Straight up, I'm protecting everything. And I'm doing the same thing for Earth. That's why I do videos like this. That's why I'm giving away herbs. That's why we healing the world. Because I realize that, damn, we have to start standing up and protect our house before we have no house to be in. We in a burning house right now, and this mug is burning down. It's acidic as hell, y'all. Earth is acidic. I was just doing a live on Instagram the other day talking about acidic rain. Rain is straight acidic now. You see what I'm saying? The Earth, we are killing her. Good thing that she's going to rejuvenate herself, but any weakling or anybody that have any bad karmatic experience, y'all won't come back. Y'all won't come. So you better fix your karma right now. And the best way to start is with your food. It's with your food. Let's keep it going. Did I already put this one up here? Now look, this one talking about, hold on, it's so big. Let's go down a little bit. How can I do that? I'll just do this one. Here go another one. Look, check this out. Damn, why I keep doing that? Here go another one, y'all. Hopefully it won't let me. Well, it's too big on her, but it's talking about the reward and dopamine receptors and how it control your food intake and implications of obesity, showing you that if you're producing too much dopamine, which is a melanin neurotransmitters, while you're eating your food, that it actually interacts with the synapses of the neurons of the brain, and it makes you eat more and more. And for that, you literally become fat. So, obesity, I'm not putting it out there that says we lack accountability, or I'm not trying to say that you're not responsible for you being overweight or being obese, but I'm saying that it's a people out here, these 1%ers in the government are literally making you fat. And they're making you fat by tricking you to thinking that you're still hungry when you're not, because they mess with the dopamines, they messing with the melanin neurotransmitters. So we have to grow our own food. And again, I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about in the beginning, y'all. If one person of every household, one person, I'm just talking about in the Americas, if one person of every household just start using 75 square feet, that's small, y'all. 75 square feet of their houses, of their patios, and of their yard, whether it's front yard, backyard, on the side, I can give a damn where is that, and start growing their own food and planting specific type of plants and specific type of things, y'all. We literally can start healing the earth. I'm talking about over 70% of all of the actual oxygen levels and things that's going on. And this goes back to what I was talking about. We have to realize that oxygen is our first initial food. And oxygen is an important element and molecule. Oxygen and hydrogen, of course. Hydrogen and oxygen is what makes H2O and H3O2. These are important constituent molecules that we need to convert our cells over into energy. And without this energy, you would die, because you would not have any type of electrical stimulation in your cells to even power up your nervous system. And your nervous system is literally what connects your mind, your body, and spirit into one vehicle. So oxygen is the precursor that keeps all these things connected by way of vitality and power. Remember, you have to understand what sickness is. All sickness and disease mean is the loss of power, the lack of power, the lack of vitality. When somebody feels better, that means they have more what? Energy. That's what people base sickness and health off of. It's all about your energy, how you feel. Well, how do you feel? Well, I feel good. I'm energetic. I feel like I can run a mile right now. Oh, so you don't have that illness no more. So if what gives us our very vitality and energy and power is oxygen being turned over, basically oxygen is being a precursor to burn glucose into carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide turns into water, and this water is used as a fuel to fire off our cells by way of the mitochondria, within inside of our cells and our DNA, and that's what gives us the power of the will to live. Then that means I need some damn oxygen. I need oxygen. So diaphragmatic breathing is important. Fire breaths is important. Nasal breathing is important. Conscious breathing is important. We need to start really being conscious of our breaths. Just sit back one day and just listen to you breathe. Are you breathing shallow? Is that breath making it to the diaphragm? Is that diaphragmatic muscle expanding them lungs? Is your chest coming out? Are you sucking your belly in when you're breathing? Like, we need to just sit back and start focusing on our breath. You see that? Not only that, we need to clean up the air. And the best way is start cleaning up earth. Quit polluting. Quit throwing shit out your windows. Start getting it. Like, we need to start having events where we start cleaning up lakes. We start cleaning up seas. Like, it's a whole lot of stuff that we can do if we just put our money together. But we too busy buying what they want us to buy, and we not buying what we need to free us, family. Straight up. If you agree with me so far, type in some nines. Make sure y'all hit this like button and make sure that y'all like and share this, y'all. All right, and if you agree with everything I'm saying so far, type in some nines. Yes, the food you eat is literally hijacking your mind. You are what you eat. Melanin neurotransmitters, transmitters, these things are real. You have receptors and synapses inside the brain that food particles actually jack them or will basically bind themselves with. And based on what's binding itself with, that will bring on a chemical. And this chemical will express its way in your will. And your will is how you express your personality. They call that emotion. Facts. So you can get angry off of food. You can get happy off of food. You can be sexually stimulated off the food. You can be turned off of food. All this stuff is real. I showed y'all the articles. Y'all can look this stuff up yourselves. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not speaking out the side of my neck. And that's why you go into certain communities and you see the ones that's robbing, killing, and stealing. And you go into every community inside of Americas and you look at all the poor communities that have low standards and that have high violent crimes, why all of it is chicken based? All of it is hamburger based. Most of them are fueled by the fast food like McDonald's, Popeyes. Then you go to the suburbs, and I'm not, because I don't want to think that you go to the suburbs where there's even still black people that have a better way of living and a better responsibility to their environment. Not saying, because these people did mess up our environment, not saying it was us, but we have a choice to change the environment. So I'm tired of blaming a white man. When we gonna do something? When we gonna put money together? When we gonna make programs? When we gonna change the food? When we gonna say, you know what, fuck that, I'm not buying a McDonald's burger today? When we gonna protest? When we gonna protest? Huh? When we gonna stand in front of, no, you can't buy from here today. Go outside go 20 blocks up and buy there. For we can shut these fast food restaurants down. Because if they ain't making no money, guess what? They got to get up out of our hoods. So it's crazy that you can straight go to certain zip codes, and redlining is not only for bank loans. Redlining is for food too. Because certain of these food companies don't even be in the suburbs. Straight up, don't even be there. Now, you will see some Chick-fil-A and some McDonald's and most of these world big corporations in there. But, you know, all these Popeye chickens and gas station chicken, there's a such thing as gas station chicken where you can go to the gas station and they're cooking chicken under red lights now. You can get biscuits, fries, and all types of crazy stuff from the gas station. I mean, super ultra processed foods. You see that? So this shows you that food wields the potential of a community, because food is very well a part of the environment. And the environment means inward circle. Anything inside of that circumference is wielded by the impressions that's inside of it. And we see that our environmental conditions is working against us. So it's time for us to change it. That's it. That's it. Let's get out of these inner cities. These inner cities have no trees. They have no oxygen. It takes many years from your life. Just by being by a train track automatically take 5 years from your life. Living under an airport automatically takes 5 years from your life and increases your risk of cancer by 55%. Like, we have to change the narrative. Hearing all that white noise. Our color therapy is messed up. We think we got to match when nothing in nature match. You will see a flower grow pink, red, blue, purple, black. A flower will grow, and nature will grow the craziest colors ever, but you got to match though. Where did you learn? Who taught you that? But if you go to the indigenous Americas, or if you go to the Mayan tech and you look at the colors they wear, or if you go to the Amazon rainforest and you look at what the tribes wear there, or if you go to certain type parts of lost tribes in Africa and you see what they wear, they ain't matching. They are wearing how they feel. They vibrate through their clothes. They wear what they feel, and they might feel pink, purple, blue, and yellow today, all together. But you have been programmed. You think you have to match. Like, if you look at society and the way Americans have been hijacked, is pitiful. And we need to start learning from these things and doing something about it, family. Just saying. Just saying. All right. If y'all ready for these questions, type in some nines. We're going to get to it. Yes, family. We literally have to start growing our own food, family. We got to start growing our own food. It's a priority. It's a priority. And again, if you're not in a position to grow your own food, start small, 75 square feet. Say if you ain't got that, 20 square feet. Grow a tomato, grow a cucumber. You can do that in your house on your kitchen sink. You can do that in your apartment on your kitchen sink. You have no excuse, family. So quit using them. I don't want to hear about, well, I'm in an apartment. I ain't got no space. I don't want to hear none of that. Straight up. I don't have the seeds to do it. Buy the seeds organically. Don't throw the seeds away. Reuse them. It will grow again. We don't have no excuse no more. The Negro have 100 million excuses on why not to love itself. How about we have 100 million reasons why to love ourselves? Exactly. Exactly. All right. So this first one, this had to be a super, super important one because my mama wrote a letter on this deal. Straight up. My mama wrote a letter and said, read this ASAP. So this is what I wanted to get to. All right. If y'all ready, type in some nines. Type in some nines. Make sure. And if you got your pens and your pads, type in some sevens because we finna do some learning, y'all. We finna do some remembering. And I think I'm going to open up the phone lines when I'm done for y'all can ask a few questions. Yes, eat to live. Thank you. Yeah. I just wore this in my other live. It say Hebrew. Abari. Hebrew. means one who crosses over. I crossed over from my animalistic nature into my higher spiritual conscious mind. Hebrew, Abari. All right, check this out, family. It says, hi, this is blank blank. I'm not sure if my messages are reaching you. I've sent several emails. The email that y'all need to email, y'all are emailing the wrong email. If you want your questions answered on the live like I'm doing right now, you have to email questions with an S at YahkiAwaken.com. Questions with the S at YahkiAwaken.com. If you have questions about ordering, or you got a question about your order that you previous ordered and things like that, you have to send an email to orders with the S at YahkiAwaken.com. Orders with the S at YahkiAwaken.com. It says, I will place my order with you the same info of this email and hope that someone can reach out to me. It says, hope all is well with you. I am Blase from Los Angeles. It was a pleasure meeting you. Your sister-in-law, Yahki, not being team. So I think they writing to Kawhi. It says, I really enjoy every part of the conference. Okay, so this is somebody that came to my conference that I had in LA. I really enjoy the part of the conference, and particularly as a staff support. Okay, in San Diego conference. I hope you remember me. I'm the tall guy with the freckles on his face that purchased 10 3-bitters. Hey, I do remember you purchasing all them 3-bitters. I remember you, brother. How you doing, man? You personally gave me your email and told me to contact you and that you won't forget. I will be needing you all to put a package together for me. It says now there. Hold on. Let me take this off. So I will be needing you all to put a package together for me. I know there's so much behind the scenes that we don't see with all the great work you guys are doing. Man, it is. We doing so much, family. Y'all wouldn't even understand, overstand, or understand. I want to say thank you for all. We appreciate you, brother, for truly waking up and being the vessel of healing our people. Disclaimer. I would love for Yahki to read this one in his videos. I'm reading it right now for you, brother. Breaking down the cost of healing modalities and listed disease below. There's a few listed I have never heard Yahki speak about, such as sleep apnea. Okay, so we'll speak about sleep apnea, loud chronic snoring, hair turning gray. What's this one called? Angiokeratoma. Angio in the beginning, keratonin. So this sounds like that you got some tumors going on. It says, and microphallus. Also, I would like our names and cities to be, I would like my name and city to be confidential. Please, thanks. Hey, look, when y'all writing me, make sure y'all put that before everything, because y'all introduce yourselves and put where y'all from, and then y'all put this in the middle. I done been said your name. Luckily, I ain't say your name, but I would have been said your name and gave you a shout out your city. Now the whole world know who you is. So when y'all sending in these to questions at YahkiAwaken.com, if you don't want your name mentioned or you don't want to be shouted out, just make sure that you put that before you say anything else. All right. It says, I am a single parent of 2 boys. I would like to leave a healthy legacy to them. That's what I'm talking about. We are all having serious issues. I wanted to know if you can customize a geogenetic package based on the healing needs that I'm providing to you below. Of course we can. I, myself, and my sons. Below is a list of diseases and issues we are suffering from. Also, I would like to remain confidential. You done said it already, brother. My sons watch all of your videos. Can you please help? My diseases listed for Yahki Awaken. Sleep apnea. I have loud chronic snoring every night, and I'm choking. I'm gasping during sleep. I never have a deep sleep. Yeah, you never get a deep sleep when you're suffering from sleep apnea. And I'm going to show y'all what that is. I haven't dreamed in 20 years. So he haven't gotten that much sleep because he stopped breathing while he slept. And he's been doing this for 20 years and he haven't even dreamed in 20 years. That's crazy. That means you haven't even been visiting the multi-dimensional, this open-ended multi-universe. You know, sleeping is very, very important, not only for you to visit dimensional planes and for you to speak with the ancestors and bring that knowledge back to the third dimensional wheel to help fuel your purpose, but you need to sleep, because during your sleep or your resting state, that's when you actually open up glutathione and these NRF2 pathways to actually cleanse the molecular cells and the molecular structure of your body. So sleep brings on a detoxification and a respiration mechanism, and that's the reason why sleep is so important. Not only do we travel and we time travel, well, I don't believe in time, so I'm not going to say time travel, but we multi-dimensional travel and we meet our higher selves when we in these different realms to just explore, you know, where we go into next, but you also need sleep to detoxify the body, to regenerate cells. You know, when you're going through your circadian rhythm, these things are very, very important, family. It says, I have trouble keeping an intimate partner due to my loud, annoying snoring. Please help. Okay, so we're going to deal with that first. Let me get a model real quick because I want to show y'all what sleep apnea really is. Let me find a model, family. All right, so I want y'all to see this. If you can see this real good, type in some 9s for me before I start explaining what sleep apnea is. I want to show y'all this. So, of course, this is a head cut in half, and I want to show y'all the actual esophagus, and not only the esophagus, but the larynx. So y'all see the mouth and y'all see the nose. Now, we know that we're supposed to be nasal breathing because when you nasal breathe, the air, you have all these different types of receptors inside of the maxillary cavities and inside the nasal passage that actually cleanse the air. Not only does it cleanse the air, but it controls the temperature of the air because air is very, very cold. When we bring it in, our thyroid and our basal temperature actually warms the air up into the temperature that we need before it goes throughout our lungs and goes throughout our blood vessels to be distributed to each different cells to yield us ATP. Not only that, it goes to other passageways for you can get a lot of oxygen to the brain as well. And that's the reason why we need to practice nasal breathing through the nose and exhaling through the nasal passage, and sometimes breathing through the nose and breathing out of the mouth. But you never should be intaking air or inhaling in the mouth. I told y'all in the last videos and plenty of my seminars that when you mouth breathe, you actually shorten your lifespan by many years. So people that mouth breathe actually die quicker, and people that mouth breathe have a very bad problem with their teeth and their tongues, and it actually pushes out your teeth and stuff like that. And you have bad speech impediment, all types of stuff, all by mouth breathing. I used to be a bad mouth breather. That's why you hear my lips and everything. And I also had my jaw broken. I got a lot of metal plates inside of my jaw, but that's neither here or there. So, you know, you will hear lisping when I talk as well. And a lot of it came from actually mouth breathing before I started learning how to consciously breathe through my nasal passage, y'all. Now, when you look, the mouth and now, even though you got all these different filters in the nasal passage that you need to breathe in, and you don't have none of them filters in the mouth area, as you can see, showing you that you're supposed to be drawing in air through the nasal passage for it can go through the maxillary cavities, and it can go through all these different filtering processes to even get to the bloodstream. Both of these meet at a certain point, which is right here. Now, when you get right here, you see the larynx and you see the esophagus, right? Now, when you see the larynx, you got these tissues. Not only do you have the tongue, and you have the larynx, you have these larynx tissues right here that actually have excitement or stimulate cells to close and open these things as you're breathing or as you swallowing or as you drinking water, right? Now check this out. When you go to sleep, saying I'm laying down on my back. Now, since I'm laying down on my back, which you should never supposed to sleep on your back, family, but since I am laying on my back, automatically the back of my tongue is going to fall down to my larynx, right? Not only is my tongue going to fall down to my esophagus, or what we call the larynx or the trachea, whatever y'all want to call it, right? Notice what's happening here. There's a flap right here in the larynx, these larynx cells that they close, because when you go to sleep, not only do you relax, but all your muscles relax. So if your tongue is a muscle, that's going to relax. That's going to fall down, right? The larynx cells is going to relax and fall down. So while you're breathing, sometimes these things fall too much and they clamp the back of the larynx or the back of the esophagus, and it shuts off your airway and your oxygen. So what you're going to do is you're going to start choking. The moment that you spend a split second choking, you're going to wake up certain neurological functions inside of the brain, and it's going to wake you back up. And then since you woke back up, it's going to stimulate it, and these things is going to open the airway back up. And that's literally all sleep apnea is. Now, sleep apnea can come from you having a large tongue. We see that a lot of people have a large tongue. We see in males that males have larger larynx and males have larger tracheas and esophagus. That gives more space for the tongue to actually fall back. But there is actually a condition where you get tongue fat buildup. You get lipid tongue fat buildup on the back of your tongue, and that is 98% of your sleep apnea problem, where you're gaining visceral fat literally on the back of the tongue. So when you go to sleep and you lie on your back and all that gravity fall down, these fats then stick to that back wall of the larynx, and you cutting off your air supply and circulation, and that's what's causing you to do that. Now, when it does that, You do this off and on every night about 100 times within your 5 hours of sleeping, sometimes 4, because it's hard to sleep when you're suffering from sleep apnea, right? So what's happening is you're opening and closing and you're going through this awakening the sleep pattern. Eventually what's going to happen is the body's trying to correct itself. So you're going to start trying to breathe a lot into the nasal passage and through the mouth at the same time. This creates loud snoring. So the snoring is even coming from the sleep apnea. But I bet you 9 times out of 10, if your tongue is not swollen or if you don't have inflammation going on in the esophagus or inflammation going on in the larynx, you have these fatty deposits build up on the back of your tongue. So what you can do is you can go look in an actual mirror. And when you look in the mirror, stick your tongue out of your mouth and see if you got white patches on there. Look for thrusts. Look for yeast buildup, because once you see yeast and you start seeing fungus patches and stuff like that, that means that you got fatty deposits build up on the back of your tongue, because that's what deposits is made out of. It's made out of sugars. And these fermented sugars is what's bringing on the thrust, bringing on the yeast, and bringing on all that mucosal response to the tongue anyway. And what I recommend is you start doing tongue brushing. Make sure that you're cleansing your tongue every night. Cleanse your tongue. Now, if you super acidic, I wouldn't get all the white stuff off your tongue, because that can kill you. But make sure you get these fatty deposits off. Another thing is, notice when you land on your back, all the gravity is going down and closing the esophagus. So you need to turn to your what? Your left side. Now, once you turn to your left side, like I'm doing right here, this will actually relieve all the pressure off the back of your tongue and the fats that's building off the back of your tongue, and you can get a better passageway for you can get oxygen down to your lungs, and then the lungs can distribute all this oxygen to your bloodstream. So you need to turn to your left side, and you need to start sleeping that way. Do not sleep on your right side, because it turns your stomach upside down, and now you're going to have GERD disease, or you're going to start getting acid reflux, and this can create ulcers and all types of things. So always sleep on your left side, the way your stomach is positioned right, and you can keep that cardiac sphincter closed, because that cardiac sphincter acts as a door that actually shuts your esophagus off from your stomach. That way you won't start leaking hydrochloric acid into the esophagus, which will make this problem much worse, or you feel like you're having a heart attack throughout the day when it's really acid just burning up your esophagus and burning up that cardiac sphincter door. Another thing is you need to watch your magnesium intake. Make sure that you're not eating a lot of magnesium dense foods. Now, the trick part is magnesium is used for the mitochondria to actually fire off oxygen to create ATP. So you need magnesium. Magnesium and potassium K chains is actually required for the cell to yield and go through glucogenesis. So you need it. But if you get too much of it, you will relax your muscles too much when you sleep, and then you will have this issue as well. So sleep on your left side, watch your magnesium intake, make sure that you're practicing nasal breathing. You got to practice your nasal breathing, and make sure that you tongue brushing. And look, I know this sounds crazy, but lose weight. Like me, I gain a lot of weight in my face and in my throat, if y'all haven't noticed. You know what I'm saying? I gained weight there. So I don't have this problem. But if I wasn't as healthy as I was, and if I wasn't watching out for this, I can very well develop this issue, because where I gain my visceral fat at. So make sure that you're doing certain types of neck exercises. Make sure that you're going to the sauna. All these things will play a major role in your sleep apnea. And once you fix the sleep apnea, and once you get these fatty deposits off the back of the tongue, and once you start making sure you bringing in the right adequate amount of minerals, you will see that this stuff will truly go away. Now, most people get surgery. Most people get them fats removed from the back of their tongue, but a lot of that comes with side effects. You see what I'm saying, family? So that's my recommendation for that particular issue right there. If y'all got that so far, type in some 9s. And sleeping on your left side will save your life, family. Sleeping on your left side will literally save your life. I'm telling you. So y'all make sure y'all start doing that. And if y'all got everything I said so far, type in some 9s. If y'all got any questions for that particular part right there, y'all type in some 9. I mean, y'all can ask them. For that, but not questions pertaining to nothing else. We got to stay on topic, y'all. We do question and answers at the end, but a question pertaining to sleep apnea, because he got a whole list here, and I think this will help everybody out, because he have a lot of things going on with him. So if y'all got anything, if not, we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, so all it is when the airway muscles relaxes, and that relaxing actually make that tongue fall to the back of that esophagus or the back of that larynx, and it literally close up that airway path. Now, when you close up the airway path, you start to choke. When you choke, this is going to send a melanin receptor to the brain, usually to the medulla of the brain or the pods of the brain. Let me show y'all that real fast. I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. So usually it's going to send something to the medulla of the brain or to the pods of the brain. This the medulla, this the pods. And this is going to send melanin neurotransmitters to tell you to wake up. So as soon as you wake up, you're going to fall. As soon as you wake up, you're going to start breathing properly. Then you fall right back to sleep. That's why you will notice with people that got sleep apnea, they choke a lot. That's because they're awakening and sleeping and back and forth all throughout the night, because their brain have to wake them back up to wake the muscles up for the tongue can go back in the palate of the mouth for you can open up their airway for you can breathe again. Then once you get that breath again, the brain think it's good and it's safe, so it falls back to sleep. It relaxes the muscles. It relaxes the larynx muscles again. Now the tongue fall back to the back of the larynx, and now you blocking up blood again. You blocking up airway again. So you literally doing this all day. And you snoring loud as hell. You waking up the neighbors. Dogs is barking because it's so loud. I'm just exaggerating, y'all, but you see what I mean. It says, so left side only on your side. Yes, I don't recommend back sleeping whatsoever. I only recommend sleeping on your left side, left side. Now, you can back sleep if you're in a helmet or something like that, a hammock, where it actually lifts your body up and you're able to get, you're able to straighten out your sternum, you're able to straighten out your airway pathway. So if you're going to sleep like this, that's cool. But if you laying flat on your back, gravity is working towards your lungs. You have to remember that you're going through biometric pressure. That's what your lungs are built off of. That's how you breathe. That's how your diaphragmatic muscles actually dilate and contract the lungs and spread your wings for you can breathe properly. So when you lay on your back, you're literally going to, I hate the word gravity because I don't believe in it when you get to the definition of it, but I'm going to use it in this sense for y'all can understand. When you go against gravity, you go against all your internal organs, just the same way that a woman go against gravity when she lay down to push a baby out. That don't make no type of sense at all. Guess what a woman does when she want to get a baby out quickly? She's going to squat. She's going to go with the forces of nature, not against the forces of nature. You can't win against the forces of nature. They're going to whoop your ass. Same thing when you sleeping. You sleep with the forces of nature. You look at their physiology. You look at your internal organs. You look at the way your stomach is shaped. You look at your liver. You know what I'm saying? And then you lay according to that. When you sleep on your left side, your biological internal organs are all in order still, and they still can get respiration and go through cellular respiration, burn glucose. They still can heal the body. Your NRF2 pathways can be opened up for you can have a fontanelle, which stands for our alternative route of elimination. Then you wake up, you take a big old dump, and you feel better. So you never go against the forces of nature, y'all. You will not win. You won't win. And that's basically what's happening with sleep apnea. So I say literally go to sleep on your side. Try that first. I bet you that's going to take about 55% of your issues away. Then start tongue brushing and cleaning your tongue. Lose weight. Get rid of that visceral fat on the back of your tongue. And make sure that you're getting the right amount of minerals. And make sure that you're not, overdosing off of magnesium, and you'll be okay. Is sleeping on your stomach bad? I wouldn't sleep. Sleeping on your stomach is not bad per se, unless you got GERD's disease and unless you're dealing with acid reflux and you have histories of ulcers and things like that. But again, I won't sleep on my stomach either. I will sleep on my left side. That is the perfect position that you can sleep in. And if you think I'm lying, just Google it. Scientists talk about this stuff all the time. Sleeping position is important. Sleeping position is important, family. It says right side causes problems with the stomach. He just covered it. Yes, I did. Thank you. Thank you, Arissa Sawyer. Thank you, Goddess. All right, on to the next one because he got a lot of stuff going on. So the next question was recent penis shrinkage. Now, I just did a whole video. I did shouts out to Tasha K. I did a whole interview in Florida with Tasha K, y'all. And we covered penis shrinkage because literally within the last 10 years, men have lost 2 inches of their penis, y'all. And babies are literally born with micro phalluses or micro penises where their penises is not even making it past a half an inch, y'all, their whole entire lives. And a lot of people is not talking about that. And it's especially amongst the black community. And me personally, I think this is happening because the high estrogen in the food. And I think it's happening on purpose too. I think this happened on purpose because the black male or the melanated male, they come with big penises, and I think that this is a direct attack on our genetic code that grows our big penises. But if you look on an average, y'all, I mean, a lot of black males are losing their girth and not only are they losing girth and width, but they're losing their length, y'all. Look this stuff up; it will blow your mind. And we have to talk about atrazine. Tyrone Hayes discovered atrazine. He is a scientist, and he's an endocrinologist too. And what he noticed was they end up hiring him to test this certain type of herbicide chemical. And this herbicide chemical turned out that it had high yielding atrazine in it, and it literally had gender bending qualities in it where it would change your gender. It would shrink your penis and turn your penis back to a damn clitoris, showing you that the penis is nothing but a evolved or mutated clitoris anyway. But look, men are coming out with clitorises now, y'all. Men are coming out, penises are shrinking. And we have to talk about the estrogen and how the soy, all this stuff have a major role. And it stops and it blocks and inhibits testosterone. And you need testosterone and androgens to actually grow your penis forth. And we're missing it in our foods. Not only is we missing it in our foods, but the water we drink and have all these chemicals, atrazines, estrogen, estrogen. You got even some convergence of pregnenolone. And this stuff is literally stopping you from growing your manhood. And let's not talk about poor blood circulation, because our blood is dirty due to the pollution of the atmosphere, due to all of the stuff that we eat in these processed foods. We're not getting any nutrients to the blood to even grow these sacred male parts. So we see a lot of people over the last year. I done had at least 100 people text me about how they noticed that their penis is actually shrinking in a considerable size, y'all. Like we noticing it. So it's time for us to do something about it. So recent penis shrinkage, losing penis length and girth, erectile dysfunction, low libido, and infertility. And the best way to stop a race or to actually make a race become self-extinct is by cutting off their reproductive parts. So this is what you would call chemical castration, y'all. We are going through that as a whole. Not only is they chemically castrating women, yes, a lot of women is dealing with all types of polyps. A lot of women is dealing with a lot of different cysts and fibroids, can't reproduce, but it's going on as well with the males, where the males are becoming infertile and sterile, where they can't even get a erection. And if they can get an erection, they can't even put it in because it's too short. I mean, think about it. We coming into an age where 2-3 generations from now, boys going to be born with clits if we don't stop this. Like, it seemed like that we're going through a de-evolutionary process. Now, we going back to which we came, because between the ages of 1 to 6 weeks of birth, and when that embryo is actually being going through its evolutionary process in the womb, at 6 weeks is when the Y chromosome actually attaches, and then that's when that fetus actually turns into a male. Before then, it's phonemic in nature, meaning it's feminine in nature. It's a vagina there. There's ovaries. Then the ovaries drop and become testicles. The clitoris extends and becomes the girth and width, or becomes the penis and the shaft. You know what I'm saying? The lips and the vulva actually becomes the scrotum of the nut sacs that holds the ovary that became the testicles. So it seems like we're going through a de-evolutionary process by them biohacking our food and messing with our chemical composition of our food, turning us back into females. I know, y'all, that's crazy, right? It's really happening. It really exists. So, man, you going through that. That's a lot, brother. Yes, and it's actually a name for it. It's called penile atrophy. Penile atrophy. Look it up. Penile atrophy. And that's when literally the penile tissue starts disintegrating on your penis. It starts to lose. I don't know where they're going, but they disintegrating and they're disappearing. And you wake up months and months later and you see that your balls and your nuts done shrunk and your penis done shrunk. Penile atrophy. Y'all look this stuff up. Google it. It exists, family. Matter of fact, I will Google it for y'all. Just in case y'all think I'm making this up. And I'm going to show you I'm going to show you what to do to actually grow your penis. There's some cases where it can't grow back as far as my research, but there is some things you can do to get lymph back. And I know you can get a lot of lymph back through blood circulation, and you can do penis exercises like stimulate your penis. I'm going to tell you about it. Hold on. Let me Google this real quick, just in case y'all think I'm lying. Penile atrophy. think I'm spelling that right. Look, check this out. Hold on, y'all. Just in case y'all think I'm lying. Let me share this with y'all real quick. I share this screen. Bang. Look at this, y'all. Let me blow this up real quick. What that say, family? Look, what is penile atrophy? Penile atrophy or atrophy is a decrease in size of the penis. You see that? Caused by the excessive loss of penile tissue. Even though this organ typically increases and decreases in size during arousal, extreme temperatures, and etc., in atrophy, the shrinkage is what? Permanent. I ain't making this up, family. Y'all can look this stuff up. This exists. And a lot of brothers been coming to us about this lately. A lot of brothers have come to us about this lately. And the good ways is, make sure that you're getting oxygen to the area. Unlocking the hips, males, my brothers, unlock your hips. I know you think yoga is feminine. It's not. Unlock your hips, stretch your hips. Diaphragmatic breathing, bring as much oxygen back down there as possible. Penis massages, massage your nutsack, massage your shaft. Not only that, increase circulation. Make sure that you're taking blood cleansers and blood circulations. Get on my website. Take my blood builder and iron nourisher kit. Yes, massage that area. You got to massage that area. Another thing is make sure that you're not taking certain medicines and read the actual side effects, because literally 70% of your medicine side effects, when you read that fine print, it tells you that it causes this very issue. It causes this very issue. And we know that bringing blood and stimulating blood in that area makes your penis bigger anyway. So you need to be focusing on blood and getting blood down there. You got herbs like yambe. Yambe is very good for that. You got other herbs like Damiana. Damiana leaf and Damiana root is good for blood circulation, and it acts as an aphrodisiac. Another one is prickly pear bark. Prickly pear bark is good to bring circulation back to that area. Another thing, manuka honey. Manuka honey, very good to bring blood circulation to the penis. So if you can bring more blood to the penis, you can elongate the penis and give it more length and girth. Now, when it ain't erected, it might still be short, but who cares if it's short? If it, you trying to please your woman with it. She want it erected. She don't want it not erected. She gonna want it erected for you can put it in her. So focus on that. Now, it's some that you can lose so much of this penile tissue that you can't grow it back though, family. And that's the mess up part. Kind of like kidney disease. Your kidneys can be damaged over 92% and you just can't get them back. We don't know why. We've been trying, but we just can't get them back. It's the same thing with this too. Make sure that you stay away from, Viagra's and stuff like that, because that stuff have a very straining issue on the heart and on your whole circulatory system. So the best thing I can do is say, find you some blood circulating and some blood thinning, like grapes. Grapes have tannins in it. Tannins actually cleanses the blood, thins the blood to increase blood production and blood flow. So make sure that you eating grapes. You know what I'm saying? Berries. Berries is very good because not only does it bring oxygen to the brain, but it brings oxygen to that other brain. You know what I'm saying? So you need to start doing things like that. And again, the blood builder and iron nourisher kit off my website, it will increase blood circulation and flow towards there. And there's a technique that you can do. What you would do is, and hopefully y'all, it ain't no children on here. If it is children on here, y'all might want to tell them don't listen to this, or I would have my children listen to this, to be honest. But it's y'all own prerogative. Y'all do what y'all want to do. Me, I'm all about health. I don't have nothing for my children. I ain't no nasty dude in front of them, but I am gonna give them proper education. What you can do is you can stimulate your penis, get your penis hard if it's big enough, and I'm gonna show you how to do it if it's less than 2 inches. Put a towel on it, right? And when you put a towel on it, you're going to build up the walls, the muscular walls. And once you build up the muscular walls, you're going to start burning glucose. When you burn glucose, it's going to automatically bring oxygen to the penile tissues of the penis. You get your penis hard. Let me get a penis real quick. So look, this is a penis. All right, you would get your penis hard. Let's just say this penis is hard. You'll get it hard. Let's turn it up this way. Let's say it's hard. We're going to turn it up. It's a little hard penis, but anyway, you get your penis hard. Once you get your penis hard, what you're going to do is you're going to put a wet wash towel on it. All right. So get your penis hard, put a wet wash towel on it. And when you put a wet wash towel on it, you're going to let it hang on it like this. Now, your whole point is to do this for 10 minutes a day. Try to lift that wet wash towel up with your penis muscle. You're going to literally lift it up with your penis muscle. You do this for 10 minutes of the day. What it's going to do is it's going to increase the circulation by burning glucose. Glucose is going to require oxygen, and you're going to automatically drive and direct all that oxygen throughout your body to your penis. This will actually help you rebuild tissue. It will help you rebuild penile tissue, and it will increase blood circulation to the penis. And now, while you doing that, do that on an all fruit diet. And while you're on this all fruit diet, make sure that you on my blood nourisher and iron builder. My iron builder and blood nourisher kit. And you can get rid of that issue. Now, there is certain instincts where we can't grow it back, family. That's all I'm saying. All right, if y'all got any questions so far on that particular one, let me know. Hey, I just gave y'all a hack, brothers. I just gave you a hack, brothers. Y'all got a hack, so start doing the penis exercise. That's a whole hack. If y'all got what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. Yes, that will help with erectile dysfunction as well. That will help with that as too. You have to increase blood circulation. Now, usually when you look at the penis, this is the cause of your erectile dysfunction, right? And this is the reason why, I'm a Hebrew, so it's very, very controversial for me to speak about this. But this is the reason why even though I'm circumcised personally, this is the reason why I don't agree with circumcision physically. And now I agree with it. And let me let y'all look at me when I say this. For the Hebrews that's watching me, I understand that y'all say the circumcision is the covenant. Is how we got our law. It's how the law was passed on to Israel. Israel became the chosen and all of that. I get that. I'm speaking about the physiology of the penis. When the penis is not circumcised, you have over 7 to 9 different glands and foreskins that actually help you circulate that blood. Not only that, you have a mucosal membrane and lymphatic parts that's inside of the actual turtle's foreskin of that penis to help keep impurities out of the penis. Now, of course, you're going to have to do extra cleaning on the inside of the foreskin because a lot of bacteria and fungus get built up in that. But I'm talking about on the inner workings of the penis. When you get circumcised, you actually cut out all of them glands and all of them foreskins. So if you're going to do that, because if that's your prerogative, if that's your belief, and it's not, I'm not knocking you. If you're going to do that, you have to know that you're going to have to do certain type of penis exercises, and you have to treat your penis differently because you're lacking already. You taking inches when you get a circumcision anyway. Not only is you taking inches, but you're cutting out all of the glands and the lymphatic mucosal membrane that you need to keep the penis clean. So that means that you're going to start building up a lot of mucus inside the penis shaft, which what we see when males hit 40. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be like that. But the reason why is because you didn't cut all that foreskin that sac or that foreskin that hold that mucus. So mucus is going to get built up in these tissues right here. When mucus get built up in these tissues, it solidifies inside of the tissues. Now, when bloods start to flow through and try to erect these tissues, because the penis have elastic cells in it. That's why it can grow big and it can shrink, grow big and it can shrink without a bone in it, because blood circulate through these tissues and then the tissues expand. But if you have solidified mucus inside the tissues and you have calcification of this mucus inside the tissues, then blood can't circulate properly. Now, usually when you have your foreskin, that's what the foreskin is for. It's a major gland. Y'all think I'm lying again? Google this stuff and look it up. So since you don't have that, then you automatically have to do exercises and stuff like that. And a lot of us got piss poor eating diets and stuff like that, which is going to help these things, stay soft and not get hard anyways. So the best way to do this is go on a cleanse. When you go on a cleanse, notice all of the mucus you start urinating out of your penis. That is just mucus that have been crystallized and solidified within inside of the shaft wall, y'all. So you got to get that stuff out. So if you can't get an erectile and you got low libido, and you have to pay attention to the adrenal glands too, because the adrenal glands are in control of your sex hormones. Not only is the adrenal glands and the pituitary glands is in control of your sex hormones like testosterone and stuff like that, but the adrenal glands help you increase blood flow and cardio output as well. So we have to talk about the adrenal glands. You have to get the adrenal glands back online too. And guess what? Get the adrenal glands back online. Licorice root and wild yam root and ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is amazing when it comes to stimulating the adrenal glands. You know what I'm saying? Licorice root is amazing when it comes to stimulating the adrenal glands. If you don't have hypertension and high blood pressure, you can take licorice root. And then wild yam root does the job too. So the whole thing is to increase blood flow. The scripture tells us that life is in the blood, so you need to bring life to that area to get it erected. So if it was a specific herb that I would say my brain, nerve, and adrenal kit. And speaking of that, y'all, let me do a quick commercial real fast. Quick commercial. Since we own the topic. If you need any type of herbs at all, make sure that you go to www.yahkiawakened, which is yahkiawakened.com. We have plenty of herbs on here. We have a clinic that's open to members. The new website will be done. You can go on there and you can actually click and you can come visit the clinic. We do iridology readings. We read your blood charts. You can get your herbs on the spot. We do lymphatic drainage. We do neurolymphatic massages. We do a lot of beautiful things up in here. You can go to here. You can click on education tab, go to the Eat to Live page, instruction page, the 12 body systems, Yahki approved herbs. We have a whole lot of list of resources and document downloads. This website is literally a learning utensil. You click on herbal stores, you can buy a consultation. If you don't want a consultation, you can get capsules, our geogenetic therapy, which is saving the world, tinctures, teas, powders, seaweed, herbs, kits and bundles, tonics, oils, anything you need for any of your healing modality, whether it's spiritually, mentally, or physically, Yahki Awakened does provide it, family. So make sure y'all check out the website. Make sure y'all get y'all herbs, and we have a lot of different seminars and lectures coming soon. We just waiting to get everything solidified, family. All right, let's keep going, family. Let's keep going. We don't sell seeds, family. We give away seeds, and I give away seeds at my seminar. All right, so we got the recent penis shrinkage, losing penis length and girth, erectile dysfunction, low libido, and infertility. All these things will work. Make sure that you're not in a sauna. When you get in a sauna or you sweating too bad, notice how your testicles move far away from your body because they don't want to burn up. Or when you get too cold, they shrink and go in the body. The scrotum sac shrinks and go in the body for they can warm themselves up. The body is doing everything to protect the blood and protect the semen. The female body is doing everything to protect the blood and protect them ovaries because we need to procreate. All organisms are sent here to procreate and experience reality. So make sure that y'all taking care of y'all penises, y'all, and make sure that you're not sticking them in everybody. All right. It says receding hairline and balding in the middle of my head and hair loss. Now we dealing with acids. I mean, all these things you've been mentioning is talking about acids, and acidosis. So when you dealing with that, we got to start talking about the skin and acids being inside of the follicles of your hair. You know that your hair is important because your hair is responsible for scanning the environment, bringing back the signal. The signal then goes through, the melanin neurotransmitters. These hit certain synapses. These synapses communicate with your brain and with your enteric gut, and it tells you how to interact with your environment. So we need our hair. Our hair is very purposeful and functional. You have hair on the inside of your body as well. For instance, your tongue. Your tongue have millions of hairs on them, y'all. You think I'm lying? Let me show you your tongue real quick. Let me show you a tongue. This is a tongue right here, y'all. Let me show y'all this. Look at all this hair or all these sensors on your tongue. And beneath these sensors, you have taste buds. Y'all see this? So you have millions of hairs on your tongue. Not only do you have millions of hairs on your tongue, you have millions of hairs inside of your digestional tract, in the jejunum, and in the cecum valves, and in the ileum. And what they do is they help you go through something called peristalsis, where it pushes your food to your large intestines for you can defecate, and you can actually have a bowel movement and push the food out. So without hair inside your intestines, it's impossible for you to even poop. You have hair inside of your ears, and they go through vibration with water to help you hear. You have hair inside of your eyes called cone receptors that reflect different light code frequencies and fragments to help you see. You have hair inside of your nose that helps stimulate nose senses for you can actually smell, or it blocks the nasal passage from particles and different types of nitrous-based antigens inside of the hair, inside of the air. So you have hair on your skin to scan the environment. You have hair everywhere on the inside of your body and on the outside of your body. And it's usually either used as a receptor or a protector, family. All right? A receptor or a protector. Yeah, I know that hair crazy, huh? Hair is important, family. That's all I love talking about hair, y'all. The Merkel's disc, I love talking about that, man. Straight up. So what you need for that, if you go on my website, we actually have something on the website called it's called Miracle Hair Oil. That's what I would do. Not only would I do that, get the Miracle Hair Oil, but I most definitely would do an essential glandular kit because your endocrine system, or what they call the chakras, plays a major role in your hair too. And within that central glandular kit, we have a kidney and adrenal cleanse inside of there too to relieve all them acids out of the body. You most definitely need to cleanse and drain the glymphatic system because the glymphatic system is literally what holds on to all that mucus. Mucus is in control of suffocating and swallowing up acids, and it goes through something called phagocytosis. And then what the phagocytes does is they phagocytose these different acids and these different invaders of the body, and they neutralize them. So you literally got mucus full of phagocytes or macrophages or macrophages holding on the acids because you're backed up lymphatically. And since you backed up lymphatically, you're backed up glymphatically. And if you backed up glymphatically, your glymphatic system is the sewage system of the brain. The lymphatic system is the sewage system of the actual body. In order to relieve the glymphatic system, you have to take biometric pressure off the glymphatic system. So you got to cleanse the gut. Once you cleanse the gut, you're going to start seeing a drainage happen. You're going to start seeing mucus come from your nose, your ears, your eyes. You're going to get dandruff on your hair. You might see certain pores start opening up. You're going to start seeing mucus in your poop, mucus coming from your penis, mucus everywhere. This showing you that you're cleansing and you're draining that glymphatic system. Once that glymphatic system is drained and that maxillary cavities drain all of these things out, and then you can get the axillary lymph nodes, which is under your armpits, to move that lymph, you're going to start seeing hair grow again, showing you that this is an acid thing. The only thing that's going to burn the hair off your body or on your skin or out of your body is acids. Acids is the only side of chemistry that's corrosive, that's gnarly, that's destructive and violent. It's acids. Because under an alkaline base, spectrum, things grow. That's where life is at, But under the acid base, that's structure function. That's where things function at. You need acids to burn to get things going. That's why the body is alkaline by base, but it's acidic as hell in functioning. Deoxyribonucleic acid. You see that? That's the synthesizers or the translation or transcription of DNA. That takes acids to do that. You need amino acids. That's the building blocks of creation. That's how you create your ear cells, your nose cells, your eye cells. That's acids, the stomach to break down your food for you can yield ATP to get your nutrients. That's called hydrochloric acids. You see that? So your body's functioning parts is all acidic. That's why you have to open up the sewage system or these NRF2 pathways or these eliminative pathways, because you got to get rid of the byproducts, because in order for your body to function properly, it needs acids. That's why an alkaline battery produces what? Corrosive acids on the battery post. But you need the alkaline battery. That's what runs the car electrical system, or what we call the nervous system. But all of this running and gunning and all of these enzymic energies create what? An acidic environment. So we need to open up the pathway to eliminate what we accumulated by working our bodies. Lactic acid, uric acid, carbonic acid. You see what I'm saying? All right. So, yep, that's what I would do for that one. Make sure you get some Miracle Hair Growth from off the site. Not only that, get you the endocrino. It's called the endocrino essential glandular kit. Within that, what we can do is we can add the kidney and adrenal cleanse. That way we can cleanse up the kidneys and the adrenals to buffer and get all them acids out of the body. Rapid gray hair and body hair and body facial hair. That means you're losing in melanin. Everybody goes through this process, especially on this side of the hemisphere. Where you start getting gray hair early, that's because you're lacking melanin. The older you get, your cells start to die off. Melanin actually starts to transfer to different parts of your body and certain parts of your internal organs. So they leave your hair and they go to your heart and your liver, and certain organs is way more important than your hair. So you start seeing your hair turn gray. You think I'm lying? Look it up. All right, man, you got a lot going on, brother. Whew. All right, now he's dealing with angiokeratoma. Angiokeratoma, and this basically where the blood capillaries get bigger and then they break open, and then you start seeing tumors come from the arteries or the veins. And this is happening. Look, check this out. This is happening in his scrotum, y'all. So we see that there's a direct attack on his penis. Not only is he dealing with penis shrinkage, but he's dealing with angiokeratoma. I believe that you are a victim to atrazine, brother. Look that up. It's a weed killer that they dumped millions of tons of this in our water supply in Atlanta, New York, Missouri, and in the ocean. And when you're drinking this water supply, and even if you're not drinking the water, you're taking a shower and this stuff, I think this is what you're going through. This sounds like that you are being attacked by the chemical called atrazine. You're gonna need a geogenetic for this, and we're gonna have to regrow them blood capillaries too. We're gonna have to regrow them. I wonder if you got that PRF2 the PSI2 Philip gene too. This will cause that as well. All right. Trapped emotionally stressed. So he says he's stressed. He's trapped. I mean, I'd be stressed too, brother, if I was going through all these things. So I completely understand that you stress with issues that you got going on. High cholesterol and no energy, fatigue. That's your adrenals. We understand that the thyroid deals with the emotions and your limbic system. The limbic brain, the hypothalamus gland, and the hippocampus. That's what's going to deal with your emotions. And we see that cortisol is actually produced and utilized by the adrenal glands. Cortisol is a stress hormone. So you have too much cortisol in your blood. And the reason why is because your adrenals are very, very hyperactive. I don't think you hypoactive. I think your adrenals is hyper, which you can still have adrenal fatigue and it can be in a hyperactive state. So again, I think you need to jump on the ashwagandha. You need to jump on the licorice root if you're not hypertensive or hypersensitive in the bloodstream. You need to jump on the actual wild yam root or just get the kidney and adrenal kit. But everything you got going on, I'm going to tell you, you're going to need an entire geogenetic 3 package from off the site. And we're going to have to customize it, like you said, to fit all these different needs, brother. And you need to tap into that breath and work on that breath work, man. That'll help you out too, and that'll help bring down a lot of that. You need to learn emotional intelligence as well. Emotional intelligence will play a major, major role in your life. It says, at high levels of stress, my right feet swell up and itching and burning sensation with undergoing dry, scaly patches on my right foot. See, that's your adrenals. Your adrenals are not working properly, so you're not metabolizing sugars in your body properly. So the sugars that's in your body is fermenting and localizing in your foot area, and you're getting fungus patches and parasites from it. Again, let's go back to the adrenal glands, because the adrenal glands that control with your sugar metabolism. You're not metabolically processing sugar. So wherever the sugar is localized at, or where you get the most blood stagnation at, which is probably your foot, by the way, in your penis, you're going to start seeing your scrotum have tumors on it in your penis area. You're going to see shrinkages of your penis, and you're going to start seeing patches and fungus and ringworms on your foot. And it's going to start retaining a whole lot of edema too. You're going to start seeing a lot of water get poured to that area because acids and sugars are forming in there. So the body is going to start dehydrating the cells to get water there to put out the fire. That's what's going to come next if you don't hurry up and fix this problem. It says, could you please help me? Give me a protocol, Yahki. So the protocol that I recommend for you, my brother, I think that you need the geogenetic 3 all together. And everything that I mentioned in between that, we will put all of that in the package. That's the package that you need to help you out with this. That's exactly what you need. If y'all got that case so far, if y'all got any questions on that case so far, could y'all type in some 9s? Because that was just him. Now we got to deal with his children. If y'all got any type of questions to do with that case real quick, ask them. If not, we're going to move on to the children, because this children is suffering from some things as well. How do you feel about fermented Jamaican root tonics? Me personally, I love fermented food, but I don't think you should eat fermented food if you already have fermentation issues in your body due to like parasites and fungus and stuff like that, because fungus is a result of fermentation. Cancer is a result of cellular fermentation due to the mitochondria and the broken down unutilized glucose matter or glucose sugar within the cells. So if you're not dealing with that, I love fermented foods because it literally heals your gut. It brings all the microbiota or the microbiome back into the gut. It brings lactobacillus. It brings bifidum bacteria back into the body. And we need those. These are essential microbes that we need for we can live an essential life and have purpose. So I'm not against fermented foods. I'm against fermented foods, and I'm against high sugar foods or fruits and all of these things. If you suffering from things like SIBO and ringworms, and that's when you got to slow down. We got to put you on a vegetable diet, and we got to get them adrenal glands back going before we put you on the fruits. You see what I'm saying? But even with that, your vegetables break down the glucose. If you're not utilizing glucose through going through the anaerobic restoration process by the mitochondria, then that's going to ferment, and then these glucose is going to break down, and then now you got to go through the the anaerobic instead of the aerobic. You got to go through the anaerobic, and then the body is going to have to ferment, go through transcription and translation for you to actually yield ATP due to DNA synthesis or protein synthesis. And then sometimes if that work, sometimes that don't work, the body will start burning the actual amino acids and using that as sugars. Now you're starting to lose essential amino acids, which is the building blocks of your physical structure. So, fermentation is a good thing and a bad thing. But I love fermented foods. I just don't love fermented foods for fermented people, if that make any sense. I wish I could sit down with you, man. Man, the time's coming. The time is coming. All right, I see y'all didn't have no questions for that, so let's move on to the children. Let's move on to the children. All right, here we go. So he said, my son, youngest, he's a young adult, so he's adult. Disease, this is his disease list, Yahki. So he suffered from microphallus. So we see that the father suffered from penis shrinkage, meaning his penis was not always small, but it got small through the years due to everything that he's been going through. But now we see he have a son. Let me show you how genetics can be passed down. So he have a son. His son is now an adult. But since his son been born, his son was born with a microphallus. A microphallus is where your penis don't even grow an inch sometimes. Literally, your penis grow like this. You see what I'm saying? It says, or micropenis diagnosis. As an infant, his body was not producing enough androgens. The pituitary gland and the hypothalamus, told y'all, both play. I know this, brother. I probably taught you this. Both plays major roles in hormone production with the associated micropenis. My son have had years of hormone therapy in his day and age. And you see that hormone therapy really don't be working. So we gotta stop with the hormone therapy and start going more holistic, because what creates the hormones, what creates your hormones is cholesterol, LDL and HDL cholesterol. And I want to talk about, because everybody think cholesterol is bad. No, cholesterol is good. You need both of them, the so-called good and bad, because without HDL and LDL cholesterol, that's what your brain needs to fire off melanin neurotransmitters and dendrites. Yes, neurosynapses. The brain needs cholesterol to fire off. You can't even have brain cognition or brain cognitive mobility without cholesterol. Cholesterol not only does that, but it not only does it create a buffering system due to calcium, but cholesterol creates all your sexual hormones: testosterone, pregnenolone, progesterone, estrogen. All of these are actually produced by the cholesterol too. And let's not talk about vitamin mineral D or vitamin D synthesis through the sun, ultraviolet sun rays hitting your skin, hitting cholesterol. The cholesterol then take this ultraviolet sun rays, connected to what you would call tyrosine inside of the thyroid gland. And yes, tyrosine and tryptophan, and it converts it into vitamin D3 and vitamin 12. And I'm telling you, so you only get your vitamins, most of them, your vitamins through cholesterol. So cholesterol is a good thing. Now, cholesterol excessive buildup is bad because you get colloidal plaque buildup. Same thing as excessive mucus buildup is bad because you get solidification. But the lymphatic system, the cholesterol system, and the mucosa membrane system is all the same system. They're all the same thing. They only call them different names because they have so many different functions. And to break up the functions for, clinical people that study in clinical trials can understand and understand them, they call them different names. But we talking about the same system here. All the same system. If y'all got that so far, type in some nines. Y'all got that so far, type in some nines. I'm doing online classes, y'all, very, very soon. We actually working on them now, and we have them very soon for you. All right, so we see microphallus, micropenis. We see that he's not producing enough androgens. We see that the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus gland is not doing his basic hormone production. And this is why the baby got the micropenis. It says that his son have had years of hormone therapy in his early ages to help stimulate penile growth, but it didn't happen. Puberty and height too. So it shows you that the pituitary gland is in the actual pancreas, is in control of your height as well. Inside your pancreas, you have something called the beta cells, the alpha cells, the beta cells, and the delta cells. The delta cells, you have something called somatostatins, and this is where glucose is actually risen from, but you actually have a pituitary growth hormone. So if your pancreas is out of whack, you won't grow. if your pituitary gland is compromised or has some type of obstructions, you won't grow tall either. Or you can have an overproduction or a stimulated pineal gland or a stimulated delta cell inside of your pancreas that make you grow super, super tall. So the average weight in this day and age, because, you know, we all come from gigantic people. Let's just look at the age of the Titans, how the trees look at the trees and how these mountains are trees, and most of these mountains are dead giants. We literally descend from them, or what you'll call the Anunnaki or the Elohim or the Elohim, whatever we want to call them. So it shows you that, you know, throughout the years, as oxygen dissipated in our atmosphere, we got smaller and smaller. And a lot of this came from a major flood that came in. That's why every religion talks about a major flood, the flood of Noah. You have so many different floods in every religion. Show how it messed up the oxygen and how we got shorter and shorter. Me, I'm only 5'6". That's short. Short for me, I'm 5'6", y'all. Showing you that my pituitary gland, when I was born or when I was being formed as an embryo in my mother's womb, that my pituitary gland was not secreting enough of these growth hormones, family. So we got to check the pituitary gland. All right. It says he is now a young adult with a much immature mental and physical appearance due to the hormone imbalance. Man, I feel sorry for this little guy. Living with a micro penis is a challenge that may require psychological counseling. I believe that. I mean, because think about it. That's your manhood. That's your penis. You know, I'm pretty sure that he have relationship problems and everything. So what you need to be teaching him is, you need to be teaching him how to use his mind instead of his body then, for he can get his woman. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully his penis is big enough that he can go inside his woman and at least ejaculate. If not, he gonna have to, you know, figure out something and get his sperm and have it put in her for the baby, for the woman can get pregnant. But before that, he got to get a woman. So, you know, he gonna have to have some good, I don't like to call it game, but he gonna have to have his house in order. And I think he should literally focus on the P's. The first one is producing. Make sure that he have a mindset where he's a producer. You know, he's not a user of energy. He's a producer of energy. Make him the creator of something, you know, kind of like how a man produces or creates a house and then a woman make it into a home. He need to be a producer of something, because all man must be a producer. This is called the 5 ways to power. You have to be a producer. So teach him how to be a producer, how to create something, own his own business, you know, learn something second nature. That way, when he can speak with confidence. Not only don't teach him how to be a producer and a creator, but whatever he produce, he have to provide it to somebody. So he need to learn how to provide for a woman. You know, these things, I'm not saying that it's going to take her all the way off that his penis little, but these things will lessen the load though. Okay, my man producing. Not only is my man producing, but what he's producing, he's providing to the family. He's providing to me. Not that. Now, this is the 2 P's. You got the 3rd P is protection. Because once you produce and you provide what you produce, you got to protect in your investment and what you produce and provide it for. So once she see that, okay, he not only is he producing for me, he's providing for me and he's protecting me, then he got to be proactive. He had to have a proactive plan on how to keep this thing going, you know, longevity, keep this thing going and going. After that is procreation. Without these 5 things, you can't call yourself a man. And a woman, if you lack one of these things, a real woman ain't going to want you. You see what I'm saying? So if his penis short and he's already lacking in that area, in order for him to draw his power and be able to use that to get a woman, he's going to have to produce, he's going to have to provide, he's going to have to protect, he's going to have to be proactive, and he's going to have to find a way to procreate. And I think if you teach your son these 5 things, and this is what brings you power. See, these 5 things create a fist, you know, production, creating something. You see what I'm saying? Provision, providing what you created for your family or for your significant other or for somebody. You see what I'm saying? Then after the producing and after the production, after the providing, you have to protect it. Once you protect it, you have to stay proactive, thinking on how to keep it, longevity, how I'm going to pass this down to the other generations. After that is what? What is that after that, y'all? It's your procreation. You got to procreate something before you to give everything you just produced down to. If you got them 5 things, brother, you know what I'm saying? I think you'll be able to have a woman. I think you can keep a woman. If you find a good one that's not all about sex. Sex is very important though. So, but I think that psychological trauma that he's going through, if you teach him these 5 things that creates power, I don't think he'll have a problem getting a woman, because women love power. Don't get it wrong. They love orgasms too, but they love power just as they love orgasms. So if you come with the power and you can't give her orgasm, then I think you'll be good. And then look, these women out here are settling for anything. They settling for anything. So, you know, I think they most definitely settle for somebody that's coming with them 5 P's that create power. Y'all tell me what y'all think, women. I know this a hard one, but what y'all think? You tell me something, ladies. Y'all on here. Tell me something. Tell me something. Am I right? I mean, from my experience and just studying the psychological processes of women and what they truly need, I think that you can get away with that if you teach your son that and you take him to, you know, mentorship classes, you take them to, you know, some type of rites of passage, and you teach them how to be a producer. You teach them how to be a provider. You teach them how to be a protector. You teach them how to be proactive, and you teach them how, you know, certain types of intelligent ways to procreate, and you teach them power. I think that'll be good. All right. Okay. I bet some women out here like, hell no, I need the Big Johnson. Don't give me the provider. Don't give me the producer. Don't give me the proactor. Don't give me the protector. Just give me a Big Johnson. That's all I want. That's how crazy our mindsets have been depleted to, y'all. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yes, but we selling for anything now. You're right. I know. Man is too. But that's what I suggest for his psychological issues, brother. It says living with a micro penis is a challenge and may require psychological counseling. My sons get emotional and awkward when sex topics are brought up and choose to stay a virgin due to his circumstances. Now, if he choose to remain a virgin, that's cool. Now, if y'all know that talking about sex around him is going to make him uncomfortable because he can't truly physically have sex, then, you know, like, why we bringing it up? And teach him, you know, they ain't gonna like talking about this stuff, but this is real stuff. If he want to stimulate his partner, he got his hands and fingers. You know what I'm saying? He can stimulate her that way. He got his tongue. You know, he can oral sex. He can do. It's so many different ways that he can stimulate her clitoris and stimulate her body and make her orgasm without him putting his penis in her. That's just not going to be stimulating to him because he don't have a penis for real per se to put it in her. But there's many different ways that he can stimulate his significant other if he believe in those ways. I know a lot of men don't believe in those ways no more, but I mean, come on, man, you got a micro penis, you better use everything else God gave you to get what you need to stimulate this woman, to keep her around, because a man was not created to be alone. A man was created to be with a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's a lonely life to live, you know, by yourself. We was created to procreate and to reproduce. We was created to live our life with the feminine aspect. So, you know, I'm just saying, sex education classes, you know, clitoris stimulation by way of tongue, fingers. I'll be using, you know what I'm saying? If that was me and I was in that position, I'd be an expert at that. I'd be an expert in oral sex. I'd be an expert in finger tricknology. I'm gonna expert something else, since I know that I'm lacking there. That way, when sex do get brought up, he's not feeling like that he can't be included, or because he a virgin, because he actually have had a sexual experience, even though it wasn't with his penis. He still had a sexual experience with a vagina. You see what I'm saying? I hope they don't cut this because we talking about this, y'all. This is crazy, but I mean, if we don't talk about this, then who gonna talk about it? You know what I'm saying? We have to talk about it. It got to be talked about, because a lot of men are going through this and y'all would never even know. And y'all wonder why certain men, you be like, is he gay? He get me everything. He take me out. He intelligent. We talk. He do all of this, but he won't have sex with me. Is he gay? Is he bisexual? He probably going through penis shrinkage, and he's insecure within himself. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? It's a lot of, they are attacking us, family. I'm just saying. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It says hormone imbalances, low energy, and fatigue daily. So, yeah, that's what I would do for him, man. Make sure you get him some counseling. And, you know, hey, man, you his father, man. You got to be there for him. Teaching him 5 Ps, man. Not only teaching him 5 Ps, but teach him how to please a woman outside of his penis, too. You know what I'm saying? And just build up his confidence. If he get confidence in something else, then he don't have to always solely rely on that either. You know what I'm saying? And that's our problem now. We done build up so much confidence in stroking a woman down. That's all we think about. You know what I'm saying? We don't provide nothing else. We just want to provide penis and think that she ain't supposed to be 100% provided for. She ain't supposed to be 100% protected. We ain't supposed to be producing for her. You know what I'm saying? My mindset, I don't think a woman should pay not a lick of bills. You know what I'm saying? My women ain't paying no bills. My women ain't doing nothing. I'm producing. I'm providing. I'm protecting. You know, you be a woman. You help me expand my vision. That's all. You expand my vision. Everything I got, everything else. Leave all that stress on me. You be as cool and breathe as possible, and for you can actually expand my vision. I'm gonna get the home. I'm gonna get it, but you make sure I'm gonna get the house. But you make sure you make it a home. I'm gonna bring the food and put it on the table. You turn it into a meal for me. So it's other different ways to stimulate. You know, that's all I'm saying. There's other different ways to stimulate and to win over a woman's heart and mind. Without sex, it's gonna be hard because women they're more hornier than us, 10 times more hornier than us. So it's gonna be hard, but I think you can do it if you just be smart. Just use your mind and not your penis, man. Use your mind and not your penis. Man, there's so much stuff, y'all. I want to get to the phone lines. He got so much stuff. I guess I start when I go back live next Tuesday. I read the rest of it. But I'm gonna open up the phone lines and y'all can call in and we can get straight to it, family. If y'all got everything so far, type in some 9s. If y'all got any questions so far, y'all can ask them. Let me know. I know, y'all. I know. But look, we got to talk about it, family. Who else going to talk about it if we don't? We got to quit acting like, sex is taboo. All of y'all is humping. All of y'all. Everybody on this live humping. So obviously, we got to talk about it. It's the biggest elephant in the room, but everybody doing it. Half of y'all on here got children. We all humping and bumping and making babies. So I think that need to be a topic. You know what I'm saying? Especially if people is suffering from it. And then, this is a brave brother. His father is brave to even text us something like all the brothers. Shouts out to all the brothers that's been sending us emails talking about this penis shrinking epidemic that we going through. Because a lot of brothers will never mention that to another brother. Show not a woman. So shouts out to y'all to have the brave heart, because the more y'all send me this, the more I can research, study, go through my clinical trials and figure out a way to reverse this bullshit. Straight up. All right, let me plug up the phone. We can open up the phone lines. All right, put my headphones on. Y'all give me a shout, man. Y'all give me a shout. 708-831-2335. 708-831-2335. Got my phone line on. Bing, bing. Y'all give me a shout. Give me a holler. Y'all can call me on WhatsApp. 708-831-2335. Or y'all can call me on Google Voice. Hit me up. Hit me up. I think it's working. It wasn't working last time. Hopefully it's back working now. Peace, peace. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace, peace, family. What's your name?
Maurice, it's good, family.
Hold on. Let me make sure they can hear you first. Could you take your phone off speakerphone, man?
Yeah, let me see. Just a little better.
Let's see. I can't hear you for real. Can y'all hear him? If y'all can hear him real quick, type in some 9s. If y'all can't, let us know. 708-831-2335. We got somebody on the line, family. So please don't be calling in, because I will shut this whole live down. Okay, so can y'all hear him? Okay, they said they can hear you, God. What's your name, brother?
Maurice.
Maurice?
Yep, Maurice.
All right, what's going on with you, brother? Talk to me.
Everything's good. I wanted to just a quick few questions about my dad, man. He's got a diagnosis COPD. And yeah, I'm just trying to see, what kit I would need to get him to try to get him right.
So if
he got it real bad, he's on the oxygen and he's struggling.
Is his lungs starting to calcify and turn into rocks?
That I'm not sure, but my guess would be, yeah, it is.
Okay, let me. I got a COPD model. I want to show it and just break down what it is, and then show you how to get rid of that.
Okay.
That's cool with you. All right, let me get it real quick. Hold on. Okay, brother, you looking at your screen? So this is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. So what you looking at when you look at COPD, you're looking at the bronchial tubes, And these are the bronchial tubes. This is a normal bronchial tube. I can stick my finger straight through it. There is no inflammation. There is no mucus, and there is no calcium or calcium bicarbonate solidifying in this area. But when you look at COPD, notice this glunk. You see this gunk, this mucus inside of here? This mucus is due to inflammation. So we have to find out a way to open up the bronchial tubes and get the mucus out of the actual bronchial tubes. Now, when you look at the alveoli of the lungs, this is how it starts to look. This is a normal alveoli, right? Alveoli. This is an actual obstructed alveoli. Look at all the acids that's burning it up. This acid that's making these holes and it's solidifying it, turning it into a calcium or what we call a rock. So the thing we're going to have to do is going to have to hydrate the body. So the thing I'm going to ask is what he eating, because we automatically know that he ain't supposed to be eating or drinking any type of thing to do with milk or dairy. So is he eating any dairy products?
Yeah, he eat a lot of ice cream.
So look, so that's one of his major issues right there, brother. We got to get him off the ice cream immediately. Anything that's dealing with lactic acid or anything that's dealing with any type of part of a lymphatic system of an animal, he can't do that, because all the antigens and all of the different acids in there is going to still solidify because it brings on a mucosal response. Notice the moment you eat ice cream or you go out for a shake, you instantly start coughing up mucus when you're done. So we got to get him off of that. Is he on meats?
Yeah, I've been cutting him down, trying to get him. So he's cut some, but he still eating some. Not as much, but he still eats some.
He have to get off of the meats. He got to get off the meats. Do we have his tonsils in his? Do we still got his tonsils? He do.
Yep.
So look, okay. So look, he have all the lymphatic systems that he need, because the lungs is around the axillary lymph nodes and the axillary lymphatic passageways. So is he smoking? I hope he's not smoking at all.
No, he stopped smoking years ago.
Okay, so look, this is what we need to do. We need to make sure that his house is dust free. All right, this is a list. Would you write this down for me, brother?
Yep, I got you.
Make sure his house
is... And I'm on screen recording too.
Okay, so look, we're going to make sure his house is dust free. Every day you have to dust his house. We have to make sure that he's not around any air pollution. The best way to do that is by literally cleansing the house and buying a dehumidifier and a humidifier. A dehumidifier and a humidifier. This is going to actually level out the air and the actual biometric pressure inside the house. Another thing is, he can't have dry air coming in his nose, his nasal passages all day. He gonna need a little air with a little bit of water in there just to keep everything running smoothly. All right, no smoking or cigarette smoke around him. Another thing is, it have to be chemically fume free. No chemicals, no bleaches or nothing. If you need to clean something, get some key lime juice with some lemon juice, put it in some water and put it inside a spray bottle. That is his cleansing right there. You see what I'm saying? Now, another thing, we have to cleanse. Yes, a good air purifier too. Thank you, D-Ray. I forgot about the air purifier. Make sure that you get an air purifier as well. Now, what we got to do is we have to literally get that mucus from out of his lungs. We have to stimulate the adrenal glands, because the adrenal glands is in control of his breathing. Not only that, but the adrenal glands is in control of what you would call the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system goes through a dilation process by something called acetylcholine or acetylcholine. This is an enzyme that's actually produced by the adrenal glands to actually permeate the lymphatic system to get all that mucus moving. We got to pull it out. Not only that, we got to pull mucus from upside of his chest as well. We're going to do that through mullein leaf. We're going to do that through lungwort. We're going to do that through licorice root. We're going to do that through fenugreek. You see that? So the mullein leaf is going to calm down all of the inflammation of the bronchial tubes. You see what I'm saying? The lungwort is going to open up for more oxygen can come through. The fenugreek is going to break up the solidification and the calcification up there. The hydrangea root is going to help break up all of these things. So what I think he going to actually need the geogenetic therapeutic package level 3, and we're going to have to basically aim it towards nothing but the respiratory system. You have him on that. Make sure you keep him hydrated, because what the liquid is going to do is make sure that everything is not solidifying up on his lungs and his bronchioles, and have him coughing that stuff out. Now, what is he taking? They giving him a steroid other than oxygen therapy?
Yeah, he got the oxygen. I mean the inhaler, and he on a lot of different medications as well.
Okay. He on a lot of different medications. Well, look, could you do this for me? Could you email me? Could you email me all of that? I'm gonna give you an email. Could you email me to that? Email that to me.
Yeah, I can do that.
So I need you to email orders at YahkiAwaken.com.
Okay.
And you said your name was Maurice, right?
Yep.
All right. What's your last name?
Sykes.
All right, Maurice Sykes.
Yep.
All right. So look, send me an email with that, and just make sure in the subjection bar you put on the subject bar. I talk to you on the live, and send me all of that over if I can read through it. And let's create a plan for you, brother. Let's do it.
All right, that'll work. And that's orders at Yahki, right?
Yep, orders with an S. Orders at YahkiAwaken.com. And as soon as you send that, Kawhi gonna get on it. And then once Kawhi tell me that you sent it, I'll create a plan for you and I have her send it back to you. That it'll be a diet plan because he got to get off meats, which is nothing but uric acid. He got to get off dairies, which is lactic acid. He can't be on no gnarly grains, which is carbonic acid. And we're gonna have to bring his H2O, his H3O2 levels up. We have to hydrate the body to break up all of these different obstructive, solidified cells that's on his lungs and that's in his bronchioles. And we got to get rid of that mucus, man.
Okay. All right. All right. Sounds like a plan. Appreciate you, man.
It's all good. And for those that can't do this and those that can't afford the plan, remember, mullein leaf is good. Lungwort is good. Fenugreek is good. Hydrangea root is good. Licorice root is good. All these things help break up solidification and calcification of the lungs. And that mullein leaf and that lungwort and coat's foot. Coat's foot is phenomenal. These things will actually cause the inflammation of the lungs to die down, and it will bring an alkalining effect to the lungs. That way the lungs can be cooled down and you can breathe and draw in air again. All right, my brother, you got anything else for me?
Just one last quick question.
With
the juice, I'm juicing, doing a lot of juice and got my fam on it. With certain fruits, would you suggest eating the fruits more than juicing?
Yes, I'm glad,
really don't matter?
Bro. I'm glad you asked that. Hey, check this out. This is a powerful question, y'all. He said he's on a juice fast. Him and his family. He was asking, is there some fruits that I suggest he eat rather than juice? Yes, grapes. Do not juice your grapes, brother. Make sure you eat them because when you juice grapes, they yield the crazy amount of sugar. Even though it's fructose, it yields. Man, it's highly fermentive, man. And we've been noticing that the grape juices have been fermenting the shit out of people's cells. So eat the grapes. Do not juice them because you need the skin, because the skin got all of the different bioflavonoids. It got the fibers in it, and it got the astringent factors in it that you need to not have that high fructose inside the blood to start a fermenting process. So that's the only one I would say, your grapes. Everything else you can juice, but do not juice them grapes. Eat them grapes.
Okay.
All right, brother.
All right.
Peace, love, light, and healing to you, brother.
Appreciate it.
All right, peace.
Peace and love.
Peace. 708-831-2335. Hit me up on WhatsApp, 708-831-2335. If y'all have any type of questions for the COPD, please let me know now. Any questions for that? If not, we're going to move on to the next caller.
267-6362.
Peace, 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 love, light, and healing. Peace, love, light, and healing. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Could you cut me down in the background, brother?
Yeah, my fault.
How's all good, God? How you feeling, Lord?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm happy I got to finally get to you. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man, it's all good, Almighty. It's all good. So, let me see. They didn't have Globe grapes or you can do Globe or Concord, long as they got seeds in them, family. Long as they got seeds. And if you can't find seeded grapes, just move on. You know, cherries or grapes. That's a part of the grape family. Get you on some cherries. I haven't seen a seedless cherry yet. I do promote and I do suggest that all of y'all always buy organic. If you're not growing your own, try your hardest to get organic. And I know the organic laws and they be lying on some of those, but that's better than getting something to have herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides sprayed on it. That's going to be an endocrine disruptor to you. So, but what's going on? What's your name, brother?
With the seeded cherry, my name's Zay.
What's up with his Zay?
So real quick, with those seeded cherries, does it matter what type of cherry it is? Because I see like different types of cherries. Some is like sweet. So you got the black cherries.
So look, as far as the cherries, you know, me, I don't believe if it's hybrided, it's bad for you. I did plenty of studies to prove that hybrids is still alkaline. Now, you do have bad hybrided food, but for instance, the broccoli is a hybrided food. But I did an extensive lesson showing that in the presentation showing that broccoli is one of the most natural.
I tuned in on that one.
You see what I'm saying? So even if they hybrid, bro, a lot of them are still healthy. Now, you do have some bad hybrids, but like a corn, that's a bad hybrid, a bad GMO. But cherries are not bad hybrids as long as they are organic. So it don't matter, man. Mix them up. You know, do a black cherry, purple cherry, red cherry, and the sweet and sour cherry in the day, man. They still good. They still have the healing constituents in them, the bioflavonoids you need. It's still going to open up the meridian pathways for you can flow energy properly, and it's going to get the kidneys and adrenals online, bro. That's just facts. Amazing. So cherry it on up, brother. You got any more questions for me, God?
Yeah. No, I had the reason why I'm calling. So I know somebody that's dealing with HSV 2. Right. So their numbers was kind of low, but they were saying something about it could have possibly be a false positive. But if I'm not mistaken, she did say when she went back, she tested positive again for it.
Yeah.
So what can I help her with? What can I do for her that
did she
help?
So when she went and got tested, did they do a live culture on it, or they just checked her blood, her IgG?
They just checked her blood.
All right. So before we talk about HSV, I got to do a disclaimer, y'all, because they're gonna try to take my video down. These statements I'm finna say have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product that I'm finna tell you to get is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. I am not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I don't want to be a damn doctor, and I don't want to be a physician. I am a master herbalist, a master healer, and we get rid of that shit for you. All right.
Yes, sir.
So now we know what we're dealing with when we're dealing with herpes. I did some amazing lectures on herpes, but they took them all down when they permanently removed my first YouTube channel. Herpes, when you're dealing with herpes, you're dealing with a glycophosphate protein buildup, and you are dealing with something called a hemith worm. This hemith worm actually comes from within inside of the cells, and it mutates into something called Fascioloscus boyski. All right, now, when you're dealing with herpes, you have to kill a parasite. Not only do you have to kill a parasite, but you have to get rid of yeast, you have to get rid of fungus, and you have to get rid of this damn protein. So the best thing I can say for her is to go on a full body cellular detoxification, and she need chelation too. She have to cleanse the gut. If y'all keep calling, this will be my last call, family. I promise you. So what I suggest she do is, the first thing you need to do is cleanse the gut. All right. While you simultaneously cleansing the gut, you need to do a metal detox on her. You have to, because what happens is if it's in the ganglion nerve, or if it's in the lower vertebrae of the pelvis or the spinal column, because that's where they like to hide it. They like to hide on. Look, this is what they hide on. They hide on synapses of nerve endings. Let me show you something real quick. So this is literally a nerve or a neuron. And what herpes do is, when it burrows, because it's a skin disease, it's not technically a virus, it's a skin parasite. The reason why they call it a virus is because it deals with proteins. So that's why they even give it the name of virus. But it's a virus or a protein plus an actual microscopic parasite. What it does is it like to burrow itself in the skin, and then it finds its way to the spinal column. When it finds its way to the spinal column, it like to attack the nerve or the neurons. And what it does is it literally live inside of the body of these neurons, and it hangs at the tip where the synapses receptors at. So they be here, and these receptors usually are sticking closely to the skin. That's why you feel that tingling sensation, or you feel your skin itching and stuff like that. So we have to hit it from here while it's there. So it's usually gonna go through the vertebrae, or what you call the ganglia, or to hide out in the pelvis sacral area, and that's where you call it 2. If it's in the ganglia area, they call it 1. If it lives by the elbows in that nerve area, they call it itchy elbow disease or herpes dermatitis. If it's on the surface of the skin, they call it chickenpox. If you're a certain age and it's on the surface of the skin, they call it shingles. You see what I'm saying? If it give you these ringworm smallpox like symptoms, they call it smallpox. If it get patches and these patches get scabs over them, they call them psoriasis. If it spreads over 70% of the body, they call it eczema. All of these things we talking about is actually the is actually herpes though, all of them. And all of them have a different name. There's over 118 different types of herpes. Over 18 to 21 of them herpes are prone to human beings. The first herpes was found in a cow, showing you that these so it's a parasite. It's all it is. And it's a parasite that interact with glycoproteins. So how do you get rid of herpes? You have to kill the parasite, and you have to get rid of the proteins. That's super simple. So you need things like this, like cloves, wild organic cloves. Not dried cloves, but actual wild organic whole cloves. You need to mix that with something called green walnut hull, not black walnut hull. You need the green because the green have this isolated chemistry in it. I can't think of the name right now, but they have this green isolated chemistry in it that actually not only kills the worm when it's in its germet stage, but it kills it when it's in its adult stage. All right, so you're gonna need and you're gonna need prickly ash bark. You're gonna need your clove leaf, and you're gonna need green walnut hull. This will actually get rid of the microscopic worms that you can't see, and it'll get rid of Fasciolopsis boyski. Now you got to get rid of the excessive protein buildup, though. And it's hard for people to get rid of protein because they are doing nothing but eating protein overload foods. So you need to get off of all the meats. And you can't eat anything with high amounts of L-arginine in it, because arginine is a cellular proliferator, and for some reason these microscopic parasites and proteins love binding with that specific amino acids. And that's why if you look at certain types of cancers, they're grown by L-arginine, or they grown by estrogen. So you need to stay away from tell her to stay away from all estrogen. Tell her to stay away from all L-arginine foods, like avocados. That's an arginine food. Banana, that's a high arginine food. Coconut flesh, that's a high arginine food. Chickpeas and lentils, these are high L-arginine foods. These are cellular proliferators. They like to grow shit. So stay away from those. And she need to increase her L-lysine foods. You see what I'm saying? And all you got to do is do a simple Google on the L-lysine foods, and these are the things that's going to help you not only get rid of the protein, but keep the parasites in the bloodstream or on the skin. That way, when you take in what I just gave you, it will kill them off. You see what I'm saying? Now, what we usually do is I offer, depending on how long you had it, and then depending on your IgG levels, because they say between 1.09 is equivalent to neutral. Anything over that, you have it. Certain states, they indications is different, but usually if you about like a 2.0, between a 2.0 and a 10.1, I would say you need the level 2. But if you anywhere 10 and up, I say go ahead and get on a level 3, because the level 3 is a 14-week protocol, and I just feel like that's enough weeks and enough months to actually cleanse this entire thing out of your body. I don't recommend you do nothing but fruits. Why? If you have herpes, in certain cases we have healed them where people did do vegetables, but them was cases where they just couldn't do the fruits whatsoever. But I'm trying to get this out of your body as fast as possible, and the fastest way to get it out is an all fruit diet. So an all fruit diet. Make sure she stay away from foods that have more L-arginine than L-lysine. Stick with the foods that have more L-lysines than L-arginine. Make sure that she's killing the parasite, and make sure she's getting all them excessive proteins up out of her body, and you will see that stuff go away. Because y'all know the longer herpes stay in your body, it starts causing neurological malfunctions and obstructions. Herpes is known to cause dementia, Alzheimer's disease, blindness, the longer it stay in your body. So, it's good to just be trying to get the stuff out of our bodies anyway, because the neurological long-term effects of herpes is just bad within itself, and it has a way of building up beta blocker amyloid protein as well on the brain.
Okay, so what fruits should be? Because I saw one of your videos. It was like a little clip on Facebook where you said like a 1 month strictly grape diet, nothing else.
Yeah, now that'll work. Look, so we didn't got rid of, well, I'm gonna say the diet. The diet done got rid of, we done put people on these high grape diets, and they done got rid of herpes. I have the testimonies for them. They done got rid of triple negative invasive ductal breast cancer. I have the actual clinical trials and the paperwork for them. This is nothing I'm making up. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I make claims this bold, because if they come get me and take me to court, we have the paperwork and the clinical trials and the legwork to say this and to back this up in court. So I'm not lying about nothing I ever say. So, and we done did this with no herbs on all grapes, with no herbs. So when we noticed, when we added the herbs with the grapes, people was getting turnarounds within 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So I don't know what,
like fully cured within 3 weeks.
We ain't gonna say cured, because I don't believe in the cured method. That's the allopathic word. We gonna say fully healed, and we seen it reverse, where they went back to the doctor and they got the blood work, and we see that their IgG was normal, and they never had an outbreak again. Same thing with the cancer. So the grapes are miracles, man. Grapes is a miracle. It's a book that I recommend everybody to buy. Every time I talk about it, I gotta recommend this book. It's only $12 on Amazon, and it's called The Grape Cure. The Grape Cure. It's a little purple book, man, with 2 grapes on it, man. The book blew my mind. I put that book into action. We did the clinical trials. We did the actual study on the chemical composition of grapes, man. Grapes is a miracle. It's a miracle fruit, bro. It really is, man. And grapes are berries. They're a number of big ass berries. Got so it. Yeah. So do the grape fast. If she can last on that grape fast for 30 to 40 days with some herbs, man, that'll knock it right on out of there.
I got you. And one more thing. Cause I I did see that video. You said clove leaves. You said slippery and bark.
Yeah, slippery elm, the inner bark, slippery elm inner bark. Don't get the outer bark. The inner bark is what has all of the different healer constituents that you need.
Okay. You said burdock root, dandelion root,
greater burdock root.
Greater.
Yeah, greater burdock root and dandelion root. Yeah.
Plantain leaf.
Yeah, plantain leaf. Plantain leaf is my favorite herb. Plantain leaf and cleaver's leaf, them are my favorite herbs. These are lymphatic sweepers, man. They go through and they pull and tug on that lymphatic system. Now, she is going to have a healing crisis from it though, because they gonna pull and tug, and that's why you have to have balance when you cleansing, because you don't want to dump all of that toxemia in her blood at one time, because that'll change her blood pH and then you a loser. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be very, very careful with using these lymphatic cancerous herbs. They call it lymphatic cancerous herbs because these are the herbs that I use to combat cancer. So be gentle with the body, because you can push the body till it break with these herbs, because herbs are poisonous. That's what's help cleansing the body, is the poison of the herbs. It give this poison reaction, cause the body to automatically turn on its NRF2 pathways, and glutathione kicks on within the bloodstream, and it purges the cellular membrane of the herbs. So you start seeing you start seeing the reticulum cleanses itself. You start seeing the Golgi apparatus of the herb cleanses itself. The vascular cleanses itself. The cellular membrane cleanses itself. All of this is happening because the cells senses the receptors of a poison. So in order for it to get the poison out of the body, it got to go through a purgatory factor. That's what herbs do.
Okay. All right. So I have these capsules. I know you're familiar with like the size.
That's the last question, like, bro. I got to get to somebody else.
Yeah. My fault. This is the last one. I got like the capsules. They the 3-0, so they the triple side. Mm-hmm. And I got I bought all the powder forms.
Them capsules too big, bro. You need to go down to two. Yeah, go down to 2 zeros. A lot of people ain't gonna take them capsules because they can't swallow them. Because a lot of people, a lot of the clients that we get, remember they have adrenal issues. 99.9% of them got adrenal issues. That's your swallowing. So they're going to complain about swallowing. When you healing, make it as easy as possible for people, bro. Easy as possible. They shouldn't have to do no because the herbs already nasty as shit. So they going to have any excuse not to heal, bro. Remember that. So when you healing, make it as easy as possible. Capsules that can swallow easy. Capsules that's not going to give them adverse reactions. Make sure, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. That's how you heal. You have to be very accommodating to the people, because they looking for a reason to stay sick.
How many should we give per day? This last question. Like
as far as what?
Go down to 2-0. To size, capsule size.
Never just for me to you, little bro. Never go. Start off. I say this. I say do 1,000, 2,000. So I say don't go for 4,000 grams a day, milligrams a day.
Okay.
4,000 milligrams a day. That's your top.
My top.
All right, bro.
I got you.
All right, peace, guy.
Much appreciated, bro.
That's all good, guy.
Thank you, man.
Hey, man. I see you trying to become a healer, man. Get it. You got it, brother. You got it, man.
Bro, my man put me on you, bro. I've been listening to that. I literally downloaded Facebook because I had no social medias. I downloaded my Facebook just to go and scroll through all your videos, man. Like I found the one where you talked about herpes and cancer and HIV and how they all was similar. I was like, yo, I'm blown away. So yeah, it was you, Dr. Sabi, Dr. Lilica Africa, man.
I appreciate it, bro. I'm glad you're on the right track to healing, and any way I can help you, bro. I got classes coming out, hopefully by the end of the summer, bro. Make sure you join one of the classes, bro, and I'll get you certified.
Oh, most definitely. Oh my gosh, most definitely, man.
Hey, what's your name again, brother?
Zay, Z-A-Y.
All right, Zay. Look, talk to you soon, my brother. Peace, love, light, and healing.
Yes, sir. Peace, love.
See, that's what we talking about, healers. I love healers, making healers up out of people. If you able to heal yourself and take back your health and grow your own food, boy. I'm amped now. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace, love, light, and healing. You able to heal yourself and take back your health and grow your own food. Hey, turn down your background.
Okay. Bluetooth disconnected. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you good. What's your name, brother?
How you doing? My name is Zay.
Your name's Zay too?
Yeah.
That's crazy. We just got off the phone with a Zay, brother.
Yeah, I know. I heard. I'm watching your live right now.
Oh, all praise. What you got going on, brother?
Okay, so I just had a few questions. I'm going to wrap it up because I know other people want to get on here.
So look, bro. We got to do one question because I got to get to at least 3 more people. Let's the best question you got. Answer that one. Ask that one.
Okay. Okay. So when it comes to tap water, how could I alkalize my tap water at home?
You can get a filter with your tap. So look, contrary to popular belief, I'm finna tell you something that's finna blow your mind. Your tap water is already alkaline. They make it alkaline. You can test it yourself. It's already alkaline. So the problem is not the alkalinity. The problem is the arsenic acid, the aluminum, the permeables, and all the oxalates and stuff that's already within the water that's going to kill your body. The high levels of toxins and metals. But the tap water is already alkaline. Test it right now and it's going to test alkaline. So I think you asking what is a way to cleanse tap water? And the best way,
so to be healthy to drink.
So what I think, they said, no, they said you the old Zay, bro. They like, no, he sound the same. No, I'm telling this is different Zay, y'all. I promise it is. But the best way, hey y'all, this is my last call because y'all keep calling. Y'all keep calling. It's my last call. So the best way to cleanse tap water is by not cleansing it all and go to spring water and H3O2. Now, you can get you a filter, say, because some people don't have enough money to avoid the filters from the shower heads and from the sinks. So, you can get you something like a Pecan filter. I love Pecan filter. Write down Pecan filter, PECAN. It's on my website, too, under my source page. You can get some.
I can buy it off your website?
No, you can't. You can go on my website and click on source. And when you click on the source page, it's going to say Pecan filters, water filters. Pecan is the one I use. And man, these things get out everything because, even though we drinking coconut water, we drinking H3O2 and some H2O every now and then, because I'm not an H2O drinker at all. We do still have to take showers and bathe. And if you don't want to go through that strenuous thing of going to the store, getting distilled water and spring water, warming it up on a stove and putting it in a bathtub every damn day, or washing up with distilled water every day, and you want to soak, then I suggest that you get a very, very good system that not only get fluoride and blocks fluoride, but blocks all types of metals, barium, aluminum, and things like that. And that's called the Pecan filtration system.
Yeah, I was telling my girl the real water that we're supposed to drink comes from raw vegetables and fruit and stuff.
Facts. It's called H3O constituents, bro.
H3O constituents. Okay, thank you. So it's Pecan filter, right?
Yeah, Pecan filter. And if you don't like the lichen because they kind of expensive, bro, just Google filters and then Google toxins in water. And what you do is when you Google toxins in waters, write down all the toxins. And then when you find your filters, make sure that it actually have clinical trials of it blocking every toxin that you can find in the water. And once you see the clinical trials, buy it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, it's all good, brother. Peace. All right, I'm going to do one more call and we're going to get up out of here. It's getting kind of late, y'all. We'll do one more call. Yes, Pecan is a whole house filter, D. Pecan is, in fact, a whole house filter. Pecan is a whole house filter. Peace, love, light, and healing. Hello? Peace. Peace.
Hey, this Amber Sparkle. How'd I get through?
You got through because you called and the phone lines opened up for you.
Oh, hey, listen, we got an anniversary coming up. You don't even know I've been following you 3 years this summer.
Oh, 3 years. All praises. That's a long time.
You've
been with me for a minute. All praises. How you doing?
I've been with you for a minute. I'm super proud of you. This is Amber, aka Sparkle. I'm super proud of you. I got 4 fruit trees in the front of my house.
That's what I'm talking about. What's the name of them? What are they?
I got the red delicious,
okay,
and the yellow delicious. I know I need the opposite ones to cross pollinate.
You already know. So you already to cross pollinate. You already know. Look, get some greens going. Get some of them green ones growing too, though, because them gonna be your astringent apples.
Yes, I got yellow delicious down there too.
Okay. So you got yellow.
So I got
delicious.
2 red delicious.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I got so much. I invested in my sauna. I got my $1,500 juicer.
That's what I'm talking about. What juicer you get?
I'm the one who called the Coovings. I got the Coovings juicer.
That's a good juicer.
I called you a while ago. Remember I was telling you about my uncle? I put him on some herbs and he reversed his stage 3 kidney renal failure.
I remember.
Yep. This is her. And my friend, she calling trying to get through the night because her daughter, she got lupus. and she's trying to get through to talk to you about her daughter. So I'm putting people on, like I got your video stored in my phone. Yo, I'm ready. As soon as I heal my thyroid, I know what I got to do. I just got to get it together. I'm ready to come be a healer with you.
Hey,
like real talk. Look, everybody in my family is like, Amber, this is your calling. Let's go.
I'm saying. Look, Amber, I'm trying to build the Healing Avengers team. Straight up, I'm trying
to
build.
Listen, I know Kawhi. I don't know them, but like I've been following you so long. I remember when you had your last son. Like I feel like y'all family. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you for opening up the clinic. Like all your videos, I got notes and notes and notes just with your name on them videos with your name on them.
My heart chakra all warmed up, Amber. Now hold on, man. You got. Oh, praise! I'm
telling you the truth. I'm telling yes, and you got so many new followers. And can I just give them this advice? I called for 2 reasons. I didn't think I was going to get through, but I called to say hi. That tell you that's the most high. I called to say hi and give you encouragement and just say thank you for everything. I'm so super proud of you. I can't wait for this Netflix. I can't wait for your classes. I'm close to Philadelphia. I don't know when you'll be coming here, but I'm gonna do my best to get to you as soon as I heal myself and get my journey underway, because I've froze me 30 half a gallons of fresh seeded watermelon juice.
That's what I'm talking
I'm
about.
working on my grapes juice here. I got my mom healing. She healed her heart murmur. Soon as I get this together, I'm coming with you. Like I need to do this.
Yeah, see, now you've been on it. Let me write down your info real quick. Hold on. Matter of fact, this you right here, the 267, right?
Yep, that's me.
Hold on. Dang, how do you add a here it go right here. Give me 1 second. I'm finna screenshot this. I'm screenshotting this. I'm gonna lock you in once I get off of here, and we gonna reach out to you, cause we probably got like we got 6 people that we done taught to heal, and they healing good, like they healing on my level now.
Yahki, listen, I'm telling you, I got proof of everything.
Okay, let's do it then. Let's do it.
Yes, and I'm a pro at making my juices. Like people buy my juices, so I want to start with me because I got a goiter on my thyroid. I need to go ahead and knock this out. I know most of what I got to do, but let me get back to why I called. I called to say hi. I called to give you encouragement. I called to tell you I'm proud of you because you like family. I called to tell the new followers to please. I know your original YouTube got taken down. You was trying to get it back from when you had all them videos from years, but you got a lot of good info on Instagram. Go back, do y'all research, listen, write stuff down. This will stop people from asking the same questions over and over and over again. You give us everything we need. We have to be willing to sit down and listen.
Facts.
We have to be willing to research. We have to be willing to even be open-minded. Because I'm going to tell you, the first 6 months I started listening to you, I was in shock. Because I'm like, it can't be this easy. I'm like, with fruits, like I love fruits. I could do fruits.
Yeah.
But we have to get away from our addictive mentality.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it is a lot of stuff that can take us down. But I really want to heal my daughter struggling with mental health. Like I have so many different components. I want to help women with thyroid issues. I want to help children with mental health. So like I'm feeling like I can't get my old job back. And this is what my calling is. Like God is pushing me away from my old job to get into a new calling. Yes. And that's how I honestly feel.
So look, let's do it. We building it up. I'm trying to open up clinics everywhere. I mean, like for real, we can get you a clinic, have you be the head of it. Like I'm trying to literally open up a Yahki Awaken Eye of Lotus Research Institute like community where we are in every state. So let's do it. I locked you. I screenshotted your number. I'm gonna make sure that me and Kawhi reach out to you though, for we can build something. We got 6 healers that's actually got confirmed healings. I love to see your confirmed healings. Let's be a part of the team, because next year, by the end of this year, I'm trying to bring out the Avengers, the healing. I'm telling you, I'm trying to bring out the Avengers.
I need to be part of that, and I'm an honest person. I'm loyal. I keep it all the way 100, and I've been following you, and I respect you so much. And I always said, when people try to do that divide thing as far as Dr. Sabi, I said, Dr. Sabi built the house, but you revised the blueprint. You understand what I'm saying? You always show love to Dr. Sabi, but you took it 10 steps further. And we as a community, we as people, we gotta really sit down, be quiet, and listen, be willing to learn.
And that's all I want.
So I'm here. Yep, I want to be part of that community because I know it's a lot to help our people. But I want to be my first testimony along working with you. But I will always give the credit to Yahki.
And
Y'all, or people know you as Yahki.
And I'm gonna always give it to the Most High, sister. So hey, I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
You just made my night, sister. I ain't gonna even lie. That just
thank you. I'm so glad I got to talk to you. Yes.
I appreciate you. And look, you got my word.
Yep.
We gonna reach out to you. You got my word. I'm gonna reach out to you before Tuesday. Before next Tuesday, you will hear from us.
Sound good. I'll be waiting because I got people here that need help bad.
Okay, I appreciate
so
you.
I'll be waiting.
Hey, keep healing. Let's get you certified. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Have a good night. Peace and blessings. Love y'all, fam.
Peace.
Oh my God, yes.
Man, I love that woman right there. She just got me amped. All right, y'all. It's 11 o'clock. I wish I could answer the phone more times, but I can't, y'all. So, man, she just like got me on fire. And my brother Zay, the dude that called in before the last Zay, and with all the herbs, and he trying to heal somebody of herpes, and he talking about capsules, and like that's what I'm saying. Like if they ain't making healers out of you, they not a healer. Like this is what I'm talking about, man. This is powerful. You know what I'm saying? The Healing and Vision Squad. That's what it is. So hey, when we come out next year, or the beginning of when we come out the beginning of next year, at the end of this year, y'all, we finna have a whole Avenger Squad. I fuck around, put a cape on. I mess around and put a healing cape on up in this deal. Man, it got me super amped. But I love y'all. Where y'all from, man? Let me give y'all some shouts out. Let's get on up out of here. Where y'all from? Let me see some shout outs. Tell me where you from. Nabi is working on this tour, y'all, this HBCU tour. We got a lot of them locked in. We just having some issues with Houston, man. I don't know what's going on with Houston, Texas, but hopefully we'll get that locked in because I really wanted to start that in March. I really wanted to do that first. We might have to skip over Houston and do the other ones and then come back to Houston, but you know what I'm saying? So I know hundreds and hundreds of people in Houston wanted to see me, but they tripping, y'all. I ain't gonna say they tripping. I don't know the inner works of how it's working out. I just know the contract haven't been signed yet. So, you know, Nabi is working on that for y'all, family. Chicago, shouts out to Chicago. We got Orlando in the building. Shouts out to Orlando, Florida. Chicago, Chi-Town. We got Chi-Town in the building. Shouts out to my brother Nook and D out of the shop, man. Shouts out to them brothers. We got Alabama. Shouts out to Alabama. Cali in the building. We got MD in the building. Detroit. Shouts out to Detroit. Man, Detroit was one of my favorite seminars. Milwaukee was one of my favorite seminars, y'all. In Atlanta turned up for me, man. I love Atlanta, Georgia. They came out. The whole Atlanta showed up. Shouts out to Houston, Texas. Shouts out to Cali. Shouts out to it. Shouts out to Jose Tapia, my brother, man. My brother out there growing. He just had his baby, man. Shouts out to you, brother. Shouts out to Cali. Shouts out to New Jersey. We gonna be in New Jersey too. Shouts out to Mississippi, man. Shouts out to Mississippi, Kansas City, Missouri in the building. Shouts out to Kansas. Shouts out to Philly. Shouts out to everybody, man. I love y'all. I love my family. Shouts out to Miami. That's my second home, Patrick. You know, I'm always in Miami, man. That's like literally the crib. Yeah. Shouts out to St. Louis, Missouri. You know, that's where I'm at right now. This is where I'm from. It's my city. I love my city. Shouts out to Phoenix, Arizona. There's a lot of divine things happening in Arizona, y'all. A lot of divine things happening in Arizona. Shouts out to all of y'all. Look, I love y'all indeed in the truth. I hope y'all get this. I hope y'all take this information. I hope y'all written this information down. I hope y'all study this information. Show yourself approved. Call me a liar until the information you study yourself prove me to be true. Don't take my word for anything. Research everything I said. Do not just listen to me because I sound convincing and because I look like you and share your same skin tone. Listen to me and take it as if I'm not telling you the truth until you do the due diligence and sit down and look up all this information yourself, then deem me to be true. That's how you find out who's really giving out pure information or not. This information I'm giving you will change your life. This information I just gave you, you can take back control of your health, your mental stability. You can take back control of your family. You won't be under the oppression of these so-called artificial superiors that's using tyranny to keep us down. Grow your own food. By growing your own food and finding your own water supply, this literally takes 98% of the freedom back to you just by growing your own food and feeding your family and feeding your household and finding a water source. It's time for us to start looking into buying land, building communities, putting our money together. They're doing the same thing, except for on the wicked side. We need to be doing the same exact thing for a righteous cause on the righteous side. I love y'all indeed in the truth. I'll see y'all in a few more days. Make sure y'all like this. Make sure y'all share, and make sure y'all comment for the algorithm. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the guys. Peace to the earth. I love y'all. Peace.